Warning, shots will be fired during this presentation.
Just a heads up. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You gotta say it real slow and real clear in these proverbial We Talk Mavs streets. Listen, guys, YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, MFFLs, podcast listeners, people who be in these streets, everywhere in the world. Listen to us right now. It is your boys, man. We back again for a brand spanking new one. Right off the dome. You know how we do it. It's your boys. When we talk Mavs, when we talk Dallas Mavericks from a fan's perspective, listen, man. It is the guy that's got it ready to go. It's your boy Real. And joining me is the man who said he's gonna try to hold me back, but he don't know yet. He might start shooting slugs too. And it's my boy King. What up, man?
Man, I don't got no bulletproof vests. Net. Shout out to TGK.
Shout out to TGK.
Yeah, man. I feel like some shots gonna have to be released today, but let's get into it, man. We got a special guest.
Yes, sir, man. We got a special guest. And I know TGK famous now. He probably don't know who we are no more. It's all good. But listen, man, you already know how we do it, man. We about to get into these Mavs. But before we do all that, guys, you already know what to do, man. Please do us a huge favor. If you're into Mav content, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. All right. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Join the Glow Yard family. Also, man, everyone is watching right now. Please do us a huge favor and hit that like button, man, to help us build that algorithm, to help us find more Mav fans like yourselves to join the Glow Yard gang. All right, man. You ready to get into it, man?
I am.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and bring our guest up today, man. You already know who this man is. It is that boy, Any Dookie. Any, what up, man?
I thought you were going to call me Udoka again.
Nah.
What's up, fellas? How we doing tonight?
Any been calling you Udoka, man, for the last 18 years, man.
It's Nduka. Nduka.
But yeah, man, listen, man, we're glad you're on. And you already know how this is, man. You're part of the family, man. You know, we definitely appreciate you hopping on. We definitely appreciate you. We definitely respect your opinions about the Dallas Mavericks, man. You know, you one of the few we followed, man. Our first follows when it came to Mav content, man. So it's always a privilege to have you on with us, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you guys letting me come on and talk Mavs with y'all and talk other NBA and anything we can talk about. Letting me get on the members only shows and just listen to y'all yell at each other. It's the most entertaining way I can spend my Friday afternoon. So just
listen, man.
Thank you guys. And I made it a point when I was doing our show with DDP. I had to show credit. I had to give credit where credit was due. That I mean, you guys are, some of the best on YouTube in terms of Mavs talk. Y'all keep it real, and you guys are people that I can trust. That when I'm hearing y'all's takes, I know that it's not coming from anywhere else except for what you actually believe in. So,
And we get paid by the Mavs. What are you talking about?
shit. Nah, I'm out of here.
Nah,
Oh,
Andy,
man.
real recognize real, Andy. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we definitely do, man. Shout out to DDP, man. Shout out to him too.
Yeah, he's been doing work.
Yeah, he's back, man. Finally.
He's back.
We gonna get a round table here pretty soon, man. I know he was talking about us, everybody getting a round table, get the group back together. We definitely gonna do that, man, here pretty soon because training camp starts at the end of the month, so it's gonna be very, very soon.
Did you see?
I'm sorry. Hold on, it's not September yet. Almost, we got a month. Yeah, we got a month.
Did you see the post about basically almost the whole damn team doing a run here in Dallas? I think not discluding Kyrie, all the people who are
Luka and all that. Yeah,
all the people who are in wherever the World Cup is or whatever. But it was nice to see the gang together. I'm really excited for this upcoming season. So
yeah, me too, man.
Me too.
But listen, man, you already know how we finna do this, man. And we ask you don't do no cussing on here today, man. Don't be here talking about the White Powell deserve his own shoe because he got the most community service awards. All right,
he can build his own shoe.
Nobody wants all that. All right, nobody want to hear all that today. But let's go ahead and get into these news and roomiers out here. That's how King always says it. Listen, man. Y'all know Luka's been out here balling. Hey, listen. The man is looking like a demon possessed out here, man. He's like he's on a mission. I know a lot of people are talking about him right now. He seems to be number one right now in FIBA, leading scorer and all those good things. Not gonna show no clips this time, man. We got hit, King.
Damn.
I know you saw it. Oh, you didn't see it?
I didn't even see it. No.
Yep, we got hit, bro. But it's all good. But yeah, we ain't gonna show any clips. We can just talk about it, man. Andy, have you been watching the games? Have you been able to watch the games?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. If it's coming on at 6 a.m, I'm not watching.
Yeah, I won't blame you.
Shout out to who is it? Mavs blog.
Yeah,
he does a good job at least providing highlights for us to take a look at. So shout out to him, real. Like I said, or like we said, real recognize real. So you appreciate it because guys like me, I can't wake up 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning to watch basketball. As much as I love the game, I can't watch it. I have to catch it sometime later.
I can if I'm off the next day. I gotta go to work. I'm like, it's gonna be a little hard for me to do that, man.
Yeah, catch the highlights.
But like you said, man, shout out to Mad Blog, man. They have been showing a lot of the highlights and stuff, man, keeping us in touch here. We got 4 players in World Cup right now. Of course, I know Luka, Josh Green, Exum, and any favorite player of all time, the White Powell. So, you know, he definitely has a lot of highlights and stuff, man, for us, man. We definitely appreciate that. But so far, man, what are y'all takes on how Luka's looking right now, man? What you think, King?
Well, I first want to apologize to Josh.
Oh yeah,
Green.
go ahead.
Yeah, I want to apologize to Josh Green. Get that off the table right now. I was very familiar with your game. I don't know why I let Johnny B try to pull me off the train. My foot was almost off, but I feel like as soon as I talked to him, told him that the time was now, he basically told me say less. So, Josh Green, man, you've been balling, looking good over there, playing for Australia. You and Josh Giddey. I'm excited, man. Like I think Andy talked about it earlier, and he's excited about the season. I'm very excited about it. And then going to Luka, he's unbelievable, man. Like this FIBA Luka, like this is what he does. He looks in incredible shape. He's dominant right now. Like I know he's usually dominant shooting and all. Like he's just dominant all around on the floor right now. Free throws are looking better. Not A1, but they aren't looking ridiculous like playoff Luka. You feel me? I think everything's looking good right now. Even defense, he's giving it his all. So he's the dude right now. He has, I guess, a give me supposedly the next game. We'll see if they actually take him seriously or not. And I don't know, man. I was thinking, before that Slovenia had no chance once them exhibitions were going on. But I don't know, man. Like I told you, they may have had something in the tank that they just weren't showing. And they're looking good. So the Mike Tobey Luka connection's looking incredible, and Luka's looking like the best player in the league, man. I'm excited to see him in the NBA.
Yeah, Toby been looking pretty solid, man.
Yeah.
So check this out. This is Luka's rankings right now. So of course Luka is the number one scorer right now.
Uh-huh.
He's 10th in rebounds, 11th in assists. He's the most effective player so far in the tournament. They say he's 4th in steals. He's 6th in field goal percentage from 2, and he's 12th in minutes.
He's 12th in minutes.
12th in minutes.
Yeah, he's only playing like 30.
Yeah, he's playing like 30.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, I'll take it.
The dude getting you like damn near 40, man, in 30 minutes. So
It's getting you like 1.25 points a minute. That's ridiculous, bro.
So
he looked. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, from what I'm seeing of Luka, I mean, you have to, if you're a serious basketball spectator and you know ball, then you have to parrot everything King said. What's exciting to me is pairing that with the anticipation of the upcoming season, knowing that, what we're seeing in Slovenia or with Team Slovenia, it's not necessarily sorry, let me back up. What we used to see him do in the Eurobasket with Team Slovenia was going to be very similar to what he had to move like with the Mavericks, is doing everything, setting up everybody, scoring every point, or at least having a hand in every point. But now it's like, bro, he's doing this. This is nice. This is cool. But he's about to be backed up by Kai. He's about to be backed up by Josh playing defense and a plethora of wings that we finally have that we built around this team. So I'm excited for him to come in shape with a good team built around him, and hopefully not Dwight Powell starting at center. And he has to set him up, but I have to take shots at Dwight. It's like the thing I have to do now. But no, like that's the part that when I'm watching the highlights, I'm just like, I'm really wanting this next year to get going like immediately. But
Yeah,
we still gotta wait.
yeah. I wanted to get going immediate for. No, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I want to jinx anything. No, I almost jinxed it. I don't want to do that. So supposedly, man, we already see what Luka's doing. A lot of people are starting to kind of put him in that conversation, man. The best player in the world, man. An NBA player in his podcast just said that he is. Can you want to touch on that, bro?
Oh, Paul George.
Yeah.
He didn't technically say he was. He said he should be. He said he's goated. He said that Luka, at the end of the day, will probably be the best international player of all time. That's including Dirk. That's including Tony Parker. That's including, he said, Giannis. That includes Hakeem Olajuwon. He even said. He's just saying it. He just said international player of all time. He thinks that's what Luka could become. He says he's tough already. His game's unstoppable, basically. He played him twice. He says he's basically the same thing that Steph says. Like the guy, you can tell it's usually a passing of the reins, usually basically from one player to another or players to another. It's coming. And pause. But when you see guys have it like he said, Steph said, on the precipice of being right there so young. So it's like, oh man, like if he's competing with us and we're like in our not twilight, but like prime of like we're old men in the game to understand the game. We're supposed to be the top stars. Like this guy isn't supposed to get it yet. And if he's there right now, it's like, what's the next step? It's like that question they had before Luka was even drafted. Like, what's his ceiling? Is he so close to his ceiling? Like we haven't, and I kept saying we haven't seen his ceiling. Like you don't even know what we're going to get from this guy. And for him to be even close to it, like to step into this 25th year now of life, just being 25, like it's crazy, man. Like I can't even fathom. I don't think we understand what we're about to see. Like we'll see when it comes, but pause. But
yeah,
we don't even know yet.
Yeah, I remember. I think the last show I did with Dallas Prospect, I was talking about. I think the certain ways that Luka can actually improve his game, and a lot of the times when when we say stuff like that, we kind of could raise the alarms of Luka fans and some Mavs fans or whatever. But that's actually a point to be very excited about. Like as good as Luka is at the age of 24, he still has things that he needs to get better at. And so we have not seen his prime, because that was one of the things that was a concern coming into the draft was, is he already a ready-made product, right? Is he already at the top of his game? Because he's already been playing pro since the age of 13. So he's already figured out the small intricacies to get him, over the top and have, learn how to play with older guys. But we're still learning. He's still learning. And it's very heavy. And so imagine how good he will be once he has those things that he needs to improve on. Once he finally gets those sorted out. I mean, it's curtains for the league. Not low key, very high key.
The greatest of all time.
Man, it seemed like every year since he's been in the league, people thought he was capped out. And he just kept taking that next level, that next step every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we've seen it for the last 5 years. So what's to say that he's not going to do it again this year, right? We've had evidence showing that he gets better every year.
What's the most impressive thing you've seen him do?
Man, the scoring for sure.
That's a good question, man.
Or that is a good question. I'm gonna say for sure the scoring.
I meant like accolade wise.
Accolade wise.
I think mine is, I guess, an international competition, getting Team Slovenia to within a point of
making to the goal medal match.
Game.
Yeah,
and people don't realize, like we talk about Slovenia like it's the country, and I get it, but imagine the country of Slovenia is almost as big or a little bigger than the city of Houston, Texas, proper, not the metropolitan area.
Yeah, not the
Houston, Texas proper. So if Luka just went up to Houston and said, you 12 people, you run with me.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, I don't want to say it. I can't go say it. I won't say it. I won't say it.
They should have won. He didn't play the other game because they should have won.
If we take all the NBA players and collegiate players that are from the city of Houston and mash them up and put them with Luka, I think he at least would have came away with the silver medal.
I would have got it any.
And I really believe
that's crazy.
The USA didn't want to play him. The USA was throwing shots at him and all. Kevin Durant and all that. They didn't want to play Luka, and I really think I will stand by it. I don't know, like I have no sources, like Steven they would say, but I think once they lost that what was it, medal game, or once it was for the bronze medal, I really think he didn't really want that. It's bad. I know that sounds wild.
Once he lost the game.
Yeah, that was going to get him to the gold medal game against the U.S. It was
that's tough, losing the way they did too. Because it was last second.
Yeah, that block.
And it's just like,
there's certain ways you lose, bro. Yeah, there's certain ways you lose that just hurts, man.
Yeah, and then third,
I think he felt he was going to win the gold.
If you played AAU and you went in some of those tournaments and you lost in a pretty disappointing way, it's like you kind of don't want to go on with the rest of the tournament.
Yeah. Especially you felt like you failed.
Yeah. Exactly.
He was like, he don't want
the game for third place. Like,
what your boy Nelly say, what does it take to be number one? 2 is not a win, and 3 nobody remembers.
Exactly.
He wanted to be number one. So
the great philosopher Nelly.
Yeah, great philosopher Nelly.
Yeah, no, y'all right though, man.
Hold on, Rob. Let me answer that question that Annie gave you first about the accolades. Mm-hmm. My favorite accolade of his is that I think he's a Hall of Famer already, first ballot. I truly believe his career ended right now. He's right now as well the all-time, I think, FIBA points per game leader. Like that's on his resume as far as basketball. It's basketball.
Somebody else said that too, man.
He's a first ballot Hall of Fame, bro. Steph, you know how many first ballot? I mean, not first ballot. Sorry, you know how many first team All NBA Steph Curry has?
4.
It's 4. You know how many Luka Doncic has?
4.
You know how many Dame Lillard has? Not 4.
Not 4.
Like you feel me? He's a top 75 player, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if AD has 4. Like this guy he's a first ballot Hall of Fame player. Like I don't think we realize it. That's why when that conversation about a Devin Booker and all that, no, it's not even a knock. I keep telling you guys, I wish I wasn't a Maverick fan when it came to like analyzing and critiquing Luka Doncic, because it's not about being a Maverick fan. He's a different beast. It's like, and everybody else sees it. It's just that I know the fandom is just, you can't say it because you're a fan or whatever. Shout out to Ruthless. Like, Ruthless is okay. I wish I could analyze the Phoenix Suns, but I can't. I analyze the Dallas Mavericks. But as far as like, I wish I could tell you, man, like Devin Booker, I don't have a problem. Before this whole thing, I was a Devin Booker fan. Like, Devin Booker was cool. Devin Booker was a smooth 2-guard that could cook and shoot and score and all that. Like, it's cool. Bro, he's not Luka Doncic. Like, it's just different beasts when you see him step in the league. When you saw LeBron step in the league, you saw and you said, well, this guy about to change a team. Like, you felt like it was him. You feel the same thing with certain players. Like, when Devin Booker came, he was a part of a losing culture, scoring 71. That's no knock against him. It's just that he wasn't that guy that just changes a team. And that's no knock. It's just that it's different levels of this. I wish he was on the same level, but he's not on the same level. It's a notch down.
You realize that there very much is levels to this.
Yeah, there is.
And as good as Devin Booker is, I'm not sure if there's an actual rivalry going on between Phoenix and Dallas, but I remember, guys, they were talking about, there was a certain podcast they were talking about the matchup between the Suns and the Mavericks, and they're like, well, Devin Booker and Luka, yeah, they'll cancel each other out. And I'm like, no, dude. Like, Devin Booker is like, he's like in between all-star and superstar. He's somewhere in that gray area. Luka is there. Like 3 years in the game, 3-4 years in the NBA, Luka is bona fide superstar. And I actually remember I get in random like conversations at random times with my family and friends, and I what I like to do is I like to put things in perspective. And we're talking about, oh, this guy's doing this, cool. My brother, he's a Mavericks fan, but I think he's a bigger Kawhi fan. And it was around the time the Mavericks were playing the Clippers, and he was like, Kawhi is better than Luka. And I was like, you have to realize, you guys are going to 7 games with Luka, just Luka, and there's no one else notable backing up Luka.
Dwight Powell.
Have Kawhi Leonard, who had forgot what the summer he was a free agent in between the Raptors and the Clippers. He literally had the whole league on watch. And then Paul George, when that happened, it was like the talk of the NBA for a couple. Like, you're backed up by very notable players. Luka, I mean, our second dude was just standing in the corner not doing anything, Kristaps Porzingis, and our starting center was Boban Marjanovic, and we were going toe-to-toe with you guys with that lineup, being led exclusively in almost 100 by Luka. Like, that's crazy. Like, to really break down the things that he's done this young of an age, it is wild. It is
it came down to Paul George and Tim Hardaway Jr. crossing out each other. It came down to who was the better player you had between Paul George and Tim Hardaway Jr.
And Kawhi had to go nuts.
That's what I'm saying, to match Luka. So that was them crossing each other out. And then his sidekick, what I'm saying is, he had Paul George, who was being pandemic P. So, but he still knew the potential was there for Paul George to be an all NBA player. Yeah. And then Luka had Tim Hardaway Jr. You feel me? Like, it's like, all right, well, Tim, thank you for doing your job. Get 15. Can you get there? And it's like, well, Paul got 25 tonight. Game over.
All right, so, exactly. Who can help us out? Boban? Oh,
yeah.
Dwight? You're on the bench, or you should be?
Bro, I'm going to ask y'all this, though. You know, when Kevin Durant went to the team last time, when he went to Golden State, they got him for LeBron James, right? Like they said, he's the equalizer. You need a guy. It's a guy coming up. So it's a guy right there running it. And we know we probably not going to win it soon if we don't have it. Y'all really think they got Kevin Durant in them for the Joker?
So did Phoenix get him for them? I don't think they got him for the Joker now. I think they got him because they've been trying to put a big 3 over there. Just stack up a bunch of talent over there.
I think, that's what I'm saying. And also new owner.
Yeah,
wanted to make a splash.
They wrote that letter too last year after they lost, didn't they? Or 2 years ago. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
they wrote that, didn't they?
He did wrote that letter, and he don't.
That's all I'm saying to you. They wrote that letter before, no. So No, they got Kevin Durant for a reason. They knew that Luka was getting Kyrie. Who got him first?
That's true.
Okay. That's all I'm telling y'all. Like, it is what it is. The league knows what it is. Steph Curry said Luka for a reason. Paul George says Luka for a reason. Like, and we love Joker. Like, it's all good, Joker. It's all good, Giannis. They know who that dude is. Getting ready for Dallas, man. Come on.
It's funny you said that, man. Let's look at this list real quick. So this list came out on Bleacher Report. This is the top 15 guards in the league. This is point guards and shooting guards. This list came out. This was a debate on the Twitter sphere today. A couple of shows we've seen today, man. We're talking about this.
You gotta love recency bias.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into all that, Eddie. We're getting into all that.
This is the first time I'm seeing this, by the way, guys.
It's ugly towards the middle to the end.
Yeah.
Let me say this before we start, bro. I know the running joke right now with Bleacher Report, right? Like a lot of times we bring up stuff from Bleacher Report, it's usually something that, like, say, a reputable source talked about. Like they quoted a reputable source, like a Mark Stein or somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something that one of the people from Bleacher Report posts like this, a lot of times I don't pay any mind to it. It's Bleacher Report. This is what they're known for. They just say stuff just to kind of get clicks or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But only reason why we bringing this up today, man, because we had some fellow cohorts of ours on other channels kind of throwing some slugs at our man Luka Doncic.
Shout out to the crossover.
So we're gonna have to let them slugs fly today.
Wait, hold on. Can I guess who it was from?
Oh, you already know it's from.
Did we talk Hawks?
And
Uncle Freezy?
Yeah.
Well, is he mad Jalen Brunson's on there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's had 1 year by himself. Like, let him.
Hold on. I think Jalen Brunson should be on there, but we're gonna get to that.
We're gonna get to that. And I'm gonna say that before we even start. I'm gonna let y'all get y'all's in. I'm going in. Before we start this off, I'm gonna say this, man. I don't have any disrespect to any of these players on this list. I don't have any disrespect to the New York fans or the Atlanta Hawks fans or they star players. I don't have any no ill will towards anybody, right? You've always heard me say this. Like, I don't care about anybody else's star players. I got Luka. I wouldn't trade Luka for any of these players on this list. I don't care how the media portrays them to be and all that stuff. That's fine. I would take Luka over any one of these players on the list right now. I would not trade him for any of them.
You might have given me 3. You might have given me 3 of them to get Luka.
Still,
I
will keep Luka. I'm sorry.
It's difficult, bro. I'm seeing like the next 3. Like, oh man,
I'm keeping Luka.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So before I kind of give, any kind of give us your opinion on this, man. You looking at this list, man? What you think?
Well, number 1 is right for sure. They didn't mess that up. They didn't overthink that. Steph is still there. I'm okay with Devin being number 3. Shea coming. Pause. Shea coming for that number 3 spot. Don't sleep on Shea, and so is Ant. Jamal Murray. And we do this thing, and I understand it, but it kind of does grind my gears.
Mm-hmm.
The team that won the championship, we kind of just understand, like they did something very. It's hard to win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
What you saying?
At the same time, you got to be objective.
Say the O word. The other O word.
What
is Jamal Murray? No, the other O word. What is Jamal Murray?
Overrated.
What? Overrated.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say. Come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, he's a good player. I mean, there's a plethora of guys on this very list that I would probably take over him.
Hey, do me a favor. How many All-Star appearances did Jamal Murray have?
Bro.
How many All NBA appearances do we have?
0.
Okay, gotcha. I'm sorry. You were saying?
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. So we're on the same page. See, that's how I know we y'all know ball.
He's Jason Terry.
I will take Donovan over Jamal. I will take, of course, Ja over Jamal.
Is Jamal better than Zach LaVine?
It's close. I mean, that will be
if he was LaVine was a number 2 on that team.
That's kind of where he's tiered, right?
I mean, not to be disrespectful because Jamal did it, so I guess you can give him the edge because he's a champion and all.
Yeah.
But if you put Zach LaVine on that team, you don't think
and put him in the Jamal Murray role,
yeah,
I think is very much the same will happen.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, this dude's number 2. No disrespect. Like, I don't think you put Jamal Murray on the Sacramento Kings. Are they as good as they were this year?
No.
Instead of De'Aaron Fox? No, because he's not a number 1. That's no disrespect to the man, but it's
so y'all don't think Jamal Murray should be on this list at all?
No, I'm not saying.
Okay,
right. Hold on. I don't think
We Talk Hawks is probably steaming.
Jamal Murray is better than you. I'm gonna say something that y'all gonna say is whoa, and I'm gonna tell you it's because of his decline. I think it's that bad. Jamal Murray better than James Harden.
Oh yeah, that's talking about that hard.
Oh, okay. Just making sure Jamal Murray better than James. I think James Harden probably the worst person on that list.
Yeah, James Harden. I would take Jalen Brunson over James Harden right now.
Yes, but I would also take Jalen Brunson over Tyrese Halliburton.
I was gonna say I'd take him over Bradley Beal.
I was going to go to Tyrese Halliburton. I'm going to that level. I think Jalen Brunson is better than Tyrese Halliburton at this moment.
I can see why Tyrese on the list, but come on, Bradley Beal, bro. I like Bradley Beal, but you've been last few years ever since that scoring. Yep, ever since that scoring championship won.
Bradley is worse than James Harden. Bradley's worse than James Harden.
Yeah. It's just he hasn't played. He hasn't played a serious game of basketball.
Yeah.
Years.
So
Kyrie should be.
Bro, Donovan Mitchell's too, or John Morant's too low. There's Donovan Mitchell not better than John Morant.
No, he's not.
Nah, I don't even think De'Aaron Fox is better than John Morant or Jamal Murray. And truthfully, I don't know for sure that Anthony Edwards is guaranteed to be better. Like, I think Anthony's going to be better than him just off his size and all that. But just like right now, what's happened, I don't know if I say Anthony Edwards is better. Like, so I would say Josh around that area.
Better than who?
John Morant, just like guaranteed to be better than him. I'm saying he should be in that level. John Morant and Anthony Edwards, John Morant level should be there, is what I think. Then maybe like I don't know who's better between Donovan Mitchell and De'Aaron Fox, like a toss-up to me on that level. But I think Trae Young should be above probably both of them. Yeah, I think Trae Young's better. I think Trae Young probably better than Anthony Edwards. Like, and that's hard, man. Like I know. So Ant probably will be better than
this year for sure.
But Trae Young already is better than him. Like, you got to go off of what's been done. Like, we can't keep saying like Trae Young. He's supposed to get better every year as well too, right? Like,
I mean, maybe.
You see, I know.
Yeah, I mean, you saw that those playoff performances.
I did, bro. But like, did Ant really have?
That's the thing.
It's coming a moment one yet, though. Like, you feel so. How can you not? I'm just saying, how can you not Trae? When I saw Trae take a team to the Eastern Conference Finals that didn't belong, like, how can I knock that when Ant hasn't had his moment yet? So how am I saying Ant is?
You're very right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I think Ant probably will get to a point of being better than him this year. But if we're going up just right now, I may say Trae better than Ant.
The Jamal Murray thing is wild to me because he's not even the best player on the team.
Oh, that's so difficult to say, bro. So I don't think Trae's better than Shea because I don't think Trae could do what Shea. I don't think Trae could do what Shea did on Shea's team. And I don't think I think Shea gets credited as a guy that hasn't made the playoffs. Like, Shea has playoff experience, multiple years of playoff experience. So it's not like he's a guy that hasn't made the playoffs. He's been a high seed in the Western Conference before and all that. So a top 4 seed. So I don't think last year Trae with that team, that Oklahoma City team, would have even made the play-in. So that's why I'm giving it to Shea. Like, Shea had a superstar year last year. He had that year of I'm here. Like, bro, Shea had an argument to be MVP. Like, he was creeping to try to get up there to 6th seed and all towards the end of the year when he just started losing, and the Mavericks wanted to lose games with OKC and all. But like, Shea was a beast, bro. Like, so
he was a monster.
He's probably second best guard last year behind Luka.
You say better than Devin Booker?
No,
He's getting there.
he can be there. He gets some playoff experience because he's that dude. He's that bona fide guy. So let Shea get like moments he can, but I'm gonna give Devin Booker the benefit of the doubt. Like Devin Booker has what he's done now.
He's done. Like. He's done when Devin Booker has not done. Is take his own team to the playoffs.
Devin Booker was the best player on the team last year, though.
He was the best, but he needed backup. He needed Chris Paul. He needed.
I feel. I can't. Shea ain't do it by himself at all. Well, Booker didn't do it by himself at all. So I don't know. I'm giving Booker been to the finals and all of them. I'm gonna give him the benefit.
Don't get me wrong. Booker's.
I can't change my ratings for it. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying me personally. I can't change my ratings. Like Shea again. I think Shea will maybe better than Devin Booker when it's all said and done. But I'm going off of right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say I think the top three are right. The top three are hands down. I think top four. Tell you the truth. How good is D Lillard still? Like, I ain't even being an a-hole.
I didn't want to say it, but my eyes have been on Damian Lillard and just like.
Is he better than Jamal Murray?
Yes.
Is he better than Anthony Edwards?
Is Damian Lillard better than Kyrie? Why is Kyrie
wherever Damian Lillard is? If Kyrie is worse than him, he should be one behind him.
Yeah,
they're around the same level. So Kyrie get the edge because of his ring and his finals experience and stuff like that. And Damian Lillard has been the leader of a team. Mm-hmm. They got at least to the Western Conference Finals one time. So they are at that same. They haven't proven it completely yet that they can be a number one. So it depends on how you weigh it. But I think they should be close to each other. They're around the same point wherever they are in the league.
A lot of the why Kyrie is 12 is just because of his off court stuff and how people perceive him now. But in terms of on court product, he's not. One could argue if someone wants to say Damian or Kyrie Irving is better than Damian Lillard,
I wouldn't be mad.
I'm not going to be like, oh, bro, I'm like,
no,
I can see it.
Is Trae Young better than Kyrie?
If someone said Damian Lillard is better than Kyrie, I would be like, I'm not the hottest take, but okay.
Trae's better than Kyrie, right? Ooh, I knew that was going to be a touchy situation when you said Trae not better than Kyrie. That's when stuff gets tough, bro. I'm saying Trae Young not better than Kyrie. That's hard. That's a difficult decision. Pause.
That is.
Is Kyrie better than James Harden?
Yes.
Okay, I agree.
I told you James Harden towards the bottom of the list, bro. Like James Harden and then Bradley Beal.
James Harden's down there with Bradley Beal.
And then they need to bring Jalen Brunson on the list. So knock Bradley Beal off of it. Bradley shouldn't be on this list. Jalen Brunson should be on it. And then James Harden should be at the bottom. Now, where the other guys fall, you probably got a James Harden and then Tyrese Halliburton. I'm trying to go backwards. Then maybe Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion. No, I'm sorry. Ooh. Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray. Who better?
Who has 71 points?
But the other one got like dominated, went back and forth with him in the playoffs and was basically like Donovan Mitchell be getting the short end of the stick, or not the short end of the stick. He just take the L's.
Better
playoff
team,
series against the
better team don't mean better player.
I feel you, man. But like when you go into the one-on-one battle, you gotta be the one to come out of it. Like nobody remembers Vince Carter went off against Allen Iverson.
True, but
they remember Allen Iverson winning the battle at the end of the day. Like Vince Carter had some major games in there as well.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell better than Jamal Murray?
Jamal Murray going head to head. I mean, Donovan. At the end of the day, they're going head to head, but who has considered the greatest player today?
I mean, but back then, was Joker really?
He wasn't there.
Was he a bona fide better player than Rudy Gobert?
Yes.
I'm saying at that point, like I'm saying,
In the bubble.
I'm
That
saying
was when. Isn't that when the talk about Rudy Gobert being useless in the playoffs even
I think it was
started?
the next year. I think it was the next year where because that year is where it started with a 3-1. They came back and lost. They were the number one seed, right?
It was
They were the
definitely
number one
the bubble.
seed.
It was definitely the bubble because you remember that's when people started hating Rudy Gobert because of the.
I'm just saying at that point though. I got you. I'm saying at that point though when they were playing, so it had to end for them to say it happened. Was he like way in the public side? I should say. Was he way away from Rudy Gobert? Joker?
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he was that far away because I think Utah was the number one seed, right? That year?
I think
so.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think they were the number one seed that year.
I think Lakers were. I think Utah was probably like number.
Oh yeah. I think the Lakers were.
Lakers were number one that year.
I believe
I
so.
like number 2 or so. They were number one. Maybe I might be right. I don't know.
No,
because I know one of them years they were number one.
Yeah, I don't remember. But either way, I don't think it was that big of a conference. So I don't know, man. Donovan Mitchell. Would you be mad though? Either way, like so in that situation, are you mad at that one? Either way, Jamal Murray, Donovan Mitchell. Are you like no? Or are you like?
I will probably disagree with someone who says Jamal Murray is better than Donovan Mitchell, but it wouldn't be a strong disagree.
What about Jalen?
I'll push back.
Where's Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell? Where is he at?
Jalen Brunson or Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, where is he at as far as Donovan Mitchell?
He's not on Donovan Mitchell's level yet.
He's not where near. I think he better than him.
You think he better?
I think he better. Playoff matter to me, man. Like I'm serious about that. When you don't show up in the playoffs or things like that hurts. I.e. James Harden. I seen Jalen Brunson take his cookies 2 years in a row.
I wouldn't know nothing about that. My guy never not shows up in the playoffs.
You already know that, bro. Right over there getting prepared.
He shows up even more in the playoffs.
Yeah. Which is why
can't say the same for Trey.
Shout out to Freezy and shout out to Damon. This is what I was about to say about y'all two guys because I know both y'all were kind of upset of where you guys were or were not on the list. I know Jalen Brunson's. Freezy feels like Jalen Brunson's on the list. Let me say this about Jalen Brunson, bro. We talked about this on the members only show Friday, as a matter of fact. Now, what I'm about to say, I like Jalen Brunson. Y'all know me and King been on that train. We wanted him back, all that, man. We talking about him literally every show. But let's any kind of touched on a little bit over here in the beginning. we gotta pump the brakes, man. We gotta calm down. We got to calm down. Let's not forget. And Jalen Brunson's had one strong playoff outing in 5 years. For whatever reason. I know you can't go try to break it down all that. For whatever reason.
It's not 2? You don't have 2 strong in 5 years?
So you saying that hold on. I got it, Any. So you telling me that the year he played with us was as strong as he did in New York?
No. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that
it was strong, but
that's not considered a strong when he didn't have Luka. So he was a number 2, remember, at that point.
Uh-huh.
So for him to be a number 2 when he didn't have the number 1, the dude was the dude at that point.
I didn't say he was a dude.
I'm just saying that's to me considered when you were number 2. I think that's a major.
He did. He had some good moments in the playoffs. This playoffs, he was Luka-esque in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
really from game 1.
Game 7 against Phoenix was Luka and the Spencer show.
And that's what I mean. When I say this is his first year.
I think JB still at 20. Don't disrespect him.
Well, no, he did.
I'm sorry, Eddie tried like it's a JB. Like he still got 20.
He had like 150 points.
Go ahead, bro. Sorry.
Good. Bring back memories, man. I love it. But the point I was making though, man, we got to pump the brakes on this dude, man. And I understand he play in New York. I understand he play in New York. King want him to have all his props and all that stuff, bro.
Every year y'all gonna doubt it. That's already doubting him. Just keep doubting him. Next year you're gonna drop 30.
I didn't say it.
I'm a JB supporter.
I didn't doubt him.
Where New York is my second favorite team in the East.
Yeah,
because of JB.
JB's numbers went up in the playoffs again. Oh, it went up in the playoffs.
You know, I wouldn't be mad if Jalen Brunson's on this list. I wouldn't be mad.
His number. I'm just saying, like, you know how we talk about stuff like that. His numbers went up in the.
Bro, you're not even listening to what I just said.
I know
I
you
didn't
said
say his number. I didn't say a number.
I'm not
big
arguing
or
with you, bro. I'm not arguing against what you're saying.
the point
I think it's 2.
No, but like I mean, you think it's 2. I think it's 1.5. We're gonna say 1.5.
All right, 1.5. That's fine.
I agree.
We can say
1.5. But the point is, there was moments in the playoffs where he didn't show up.
Yes, there was.
There were moments where you were unplayable.
That's true.
You had those moments.
Not that. Oh, before. Okay,
that's what I'm.
That 1 year. Okay, I'm like,
if you let me finish my rant, you gonna understand what's
coming to the bubble. We gotta hold that against it.
Exactly. So that's why I was saying about the whole he's throwing slugs at you knock Luka down to boost this guy up. And it's like, come on, man. Like, really? You had those moments. Same thing with Trae Young. We're not gonna talk about the Miami series. Yeah, Trae Young did take his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. I know Demond like to remind us that he won on the road on all the series. Luka took down the number 1 seed in the whole entire league.
On the road.
On the road.
Made him look stupid.
And dominated him.
Destroyed. The owner sold his stake.
The only team in the league.
2 years later.
Exactly. The only team in the league to win 60 games that year. Dominated him.
Embarrassed.
You've never won seen in Luka's career. I can't name a game. You've never seen a game in Luka's career where he did not show up.
No.
I can name times where Trae Young didn't show up. I can name times where Jalen Brunson didn't show up. So the point I'm making is, when we disrespect this dude Luka, man, he had one bad season. I give you that. I told King this. I said, King, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it. But the reason why I wasn't mad about it, I told King why. Luka has not had a full offseason ever since he's been in the NBA. If y'all remember, his rookie year, he literally just came off a championship 2 weeks before the draft. The dude's never had a full offseason. So when we were tanking toward the end of the season and didn't go to the playoffs, I was not tripping about that. Why? Because Luka finally had an offseason, and we see the results of that. So people kind of kicking him down 1 year, all that. That's fine.
What's his bad year stats?
But we're not going to talk about how Trae Young didn't make it to like his 3rd year in the league. We're not going to talk about that.
What's his bad year stats, bro? That's what I want to know.
Exactly. Like, we're not going to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to talk about the fact that, like I said, Jalen Brunson was rumored to be traded, about to be traded a couple times in his tenure with Dallas because Dallas was not sure what he was going to be. Like, we gotta pump the brakes on this, bro. Understand? Those your guys. You love them. I get it. But to talk down on a dude who had one bad season, and I'm guaranteeing you that both y'all's franchises, if they had the choice to trade both y'all's guys for Luka right now, they would do it right now. They would trade Jalen Brunson for Luka. They would trade Trae Young for Luka right now.
On top of more assets. Not
like, come on, man.
Not straight up.
Like I said, the disrespect got to stop, bro. Like,
bro,
you talking about a 4-time All NBA player, bro? A 4-time All NBA player. How many All NBAs does Jalen Brunson have? How many All Star appearances do you have?
Why you gotta do that?
I'm just saying. I'm sorry, King. I'm sorry.
He's got to keep it real.
I mean, it is real.
I'm sorry, King.
He's got to keep it real.
But that's in a different. You know what should have happened. It's not like Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray shouldn't have made it. You feel me?
I don't want to do it, King. But I gotta do it. I know you didn't hear none of these comments. I heard.
La.
Yeah, I know.
La.
I'm sorry. I said I warned you this is gonna happen when this show happened. I told you it's gonna happen.
Bro, it's one.
Like I said,
it's 1-2, bro.
For the last two days, I've been hearing this disrespect, bro. I just had to say my piece, man. That's all.
It's 1-2, like that's on that list right now, and then like it's like a major space.
Well, according to our cohorts, they said that it's pretty much like Luka shouldn't even be on the list at all.
I don't understand that one, but it's 1-2, and the only reason Steph is close to Luka is because Steph is falling down as Luka rises. If that makes sense, like if he wasn't there, like Steph is going to be closer to Devin Booker and them, like sooner than later, then Luka will be the Devin Booker and all. Like that space is ridiculous. Like we just deal with the fan base. Look at the names on here, bro. Devin Booker, we dealt with him 1 year as far as the new candy, as far as better than Luka. Shai Gilgeous got his talk last year starting that. Probably gonna get more this year.
Oh well, no. I mean, he got that during the FIBA, remember?
That's what I'm saying. So you feel me? And then you see what happening now. Like Shea looks amazing. Shout out to Shea. He looks amazing in FIBA, but we know who's the best player in the FIBA tournament, like by far.
Shea.
Ain't Shea. Anthony Edwards.
According to Tim Bontemps.
Yeah, we still waiting for Anthony Edwards to hit superstardom. Luka been a superstar in his second year. Jamal Murray, you already said no All-Star appearances. De'Aaron Fox. Is De'Aaron Fox is a superstar?
No, I mean people were
Don't gotta hedge it.
they were trying to trade him instead of Tyrese, but the other teams didn't want.
So we in agreement, all of us. De'Aaron is not a superstar, correct?
No.
Okay. Donovan Mitchell, is he a superstar?
Closer than De'Aaron Fox, but no.
Is he? Hold up. Tell you the truth. Where's his teammate on the list?
Oh, Garland.
Dang.
Where's Darius Garland? Darius Garland arguably as good as Donovan Mitchell. But that's another conversation y'all don't want to have. Multiple-time All-Star and all. Is he not?
No, one time.
Why? I thought he made it the last 2 years.
He made it once.
That's
when him and
Did
Allen
he make
both
it
made
there
it.
in Cleveland?
He didn't make it this past year. He didn't make it this past year.
No, he didn't make it this past year.
Damn, man, put him on the team.
No, it was just him and Allen that the year before they got Mitchell.
Yeah, I know the year before. I thought he got it with this year with Mitchell. Damn, man, put him on the team. That's horrible. But Darius Garland should have been on this list possibly.
I think it was hurt. I think he been hurt all last year too.
Ja Morant. That's Ja Morant way too low. Like that's. And I'm not the biggest Ja Morant fan, but I take Ja Morant.
I agree.
I take Ja over Dame. At this point in their careers.
Yeah, I won't argue that.
At this point, I'm taking Ja over Dame.
I can't argue that, man.
Trae Young though, like Trae Young is so difficult.
Trae Young is tough to
bro. Yeah, because his highs, he's like a roller coaster. He's like a toxic relationship, man. He's like his roller coasters. His highs can be high, but his lows can be low. Yeah. So it's like, he can look like a mega.
Is Trae Young better than James Harden?
Yes, right now he is.
Okay.
Everybody's better than James Harden on the list. I told you, other than Bradley Beal.
Is he better than Donovan Mitchell?
Yes, I think Trae Young's better than Donovan Mitchell. I don't think Donovan Mitchell that good. I don't think he's why.
I think Donovan Mitchell's good.
I'm not saying he's not good.
No, I know what you mean.
I don't think he's that good. Like,
yeah.
If I can't,
you don't think he up there like that?
Yeah, I'm not picking him in the list and all. Like, I'm not. If I'm saying, oh, we picking up this playoff time, let's go.
He wouldn't have gotten traded if he was that good. Does that make sense?
You feel me? Like guys don't get. I don't go back. So backwards is a different story. So that's why when he was saying about like when he was saying Jalen Brunson in the past, that happened when he was his first, second, third year. Once you establish yourself, you got to move forward. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I see guys
I would talk about it compared to Luke.
Yes, I know you talk. That's the whole conversation. I don't know why that's even a conversation, bro. Like it's ridiculous. Like Luka Doncic is the best. Luka Doncic is one of the best 3 players in the NBA. There's only accolades away from him being the best player by far.
Yeah,
I keep telling everybody like that's stop.
As soon as he wins,
he gets an MVP.
If he was to win a ring, the type of nut sucking that the league will be doing to Luka will be wild.
He wins an MVP. He's arguably the best player.
Annoying, to be honest.
He's arguably the best player in the NBA if he wins an MVP.
Yeah,
he wins a championship with the Finals MVP. He's the best player in the NBA. I don't even think he got to win the MVP.
People will be putting him up. He will be saying he's definitively the face of the NBA.
Yes, if he wins a ring, like he doesn't even have to win an MVP.
If they're doing number 7 Jamal Murray for being the second best player on a championship team, imagine what they're going to do for Luka.
Yeah, Luka's a different beast, man. But I understand what other guys be like. Trae Young is just a difficult one, though. Like Trae Young,
he's the hardest person to rank.
I'm choosing Trae over Donovan, though. Like if I'm going to the playoffs, I'm saying Trae. I'm
Trae over De'Aaron.
Both have highs and they both have lows.
I think so. I'm picking Trae over De'Aaron. It's weird because when you start getting the guys, I'm picking Trae over De'Aaron. I'm picking Trae over Jamal Murray. Like I say, I'm probably picking Trae over Anthony Edwards. Right, and like I said, based off of what they've done.
That's where I begin to start pushing back.
You don't think Anthony Edwards is better than Trae Young so far?
Like, you could probably persuade me if you present the evidence to go, all right, cool. But when you said Trae Young better than Jamal, I'm like, okay. Trae Young better than De'Aaron, I'm okay. Trae Young better than Donovan, okay. I'm not gonna argue that. But Anthony Edwards, I'm gonna be like, what? Are we sure about that? Let's make sure we get our numbers in a row before we.
What is Ant done to be better than Trae?
But here, I mean, look, there's team, and then there's players.
Bro, he got to
talk about who's better than who. Because this is what people did before Luka made the run. People were saying Trae is better than Luka because Trae has been to the Eastern Conference championship before Luka made his run. But I was saying you can take that run and shove it up your ass. I don't care. Luka is still far in terms of miles beyond Trae.
Ant's Pet Bev team might be better than Trae Young's team right now. I'm being serious, man. Like Trae Young team, I don't think Trae Young's teams are that great. You feel me? Like
playing champion.
He's not. He wasn't supposed to be the champion. I mean, Eastern Conference champion or getting that series that year. So I'm not going to discredit him. Like I do think Ant is going to be better than him. I do think Ant will be better than Trae Young.
Just not on Minnesota though.
Based off of right now, I don't even know if he's going to do in Minnesota. That's a good point, bro. Like, is Minnesota really? Going to compete? I wouldn't be surprised if Trae Young back in the playoffs and winning, going to second round or whatever next year. That wouldn't surprise me. Like, would it surprise me if Ant gets to the second round this year? Yes.
Are you scared of Anthony? Are you scared of the Minnesota Timberwolves?
No. If they don't put that fear in your heart, then if Trae Young be putting fear in people's heart over in the Eastern Conference, like that's.
Does he?
Man, ask New York. Ask Philadelphia.
As just one, yeah.
Ask Philadelphia. I'm gonna keep it real. I mean, Philadelphia, the process has been done since Trae Young went in there, right?
He did essentially end that.
He ended the process. Like I call a spade a spade.
Yeah, you got to call.
That's what I'm saying. I think Ant will be like Ant this year might flirt with 30 points, but it's again a might flirt with. Like I've seen Trae Young lead the league in points and assists like damn near every year.
Points are made. As I said, I'm gonna push back, but you're presenting points, and I'm.
But I do think at the end of the year, you will be putting them over. I think Ant will be better than.
It's not definitively better than Ant, but you can present arguments that will have me.
Who's going to be the All-Star this year out of those two?
Huh?
Both of them gonna make it.
Both of them gonna make it.
Yeah, Trae and Anthony both gonna make it. Who better than Kyrie or Ant?
Huh? Who better than Kyrie?
Who's better, Kyrie or Ant?
The Kyrie slander.
It's not. I didn't say anything. I'm just asking a question.
I mean,
you saying Kyrie better than Ant?
You know how you describe Steph coming down and Booker or Luka coming up. I would describe that with Kyrie and Ant, but it's not like Ant is still like down here while Kyrie is like he's at the top of the roller coaster and he's like looking down at the drop. So they're approaching each other.
I don't think Ant is like this. I think it's more like this.
Yeah, steady. Maybe when he does eventually go to, if I say eventually, I really don't want him to go to another team. I like where NBA stars actually stay and the teams they were drafted to. But eventually, if it was to leave to go to a better situation, he would probably be considered to be more vertical trajectory. But I don't know. That's tough.
You have the same contract, right? 3 years that Kyrie has. Would you trade Kyrie straight up Anthony Edwards for those 3 years?
Yes.
I would too.
Yes, I would.
So even for those 3 years, does that mean Ant better?
He's younger.
Would the team? So if we traded right now Ant for Kyrie, do you think the media would think we'd be more favorites?
Yeah.
Yes.
But that could also because the media does kind of not.
Yeah, I better say they don't like Kyrie.
Yeah. But do you think most?
It'd be hard to gauge it if you knew.
Media?
If we could find a media person who wasn't like against Kyrie, we could be easier to kind of judge.
Screw the media then. Screw the media. Just like anybody that knows ball. Do you think most people would say the Mavericks?
I would say he's a better fit next to Luka than Kyrie is.
Because he's more what we need.
Yeah.
So where does Kyrie fall? Is Kyrie above? Is Kyrie fifth?
He's above James Harden.
Is he fifth though?
Is he better than Donovan Mitchell?
I think Andy thinks he's better than all of them.
I think Kyrie's better than Donovan. Like if I mean, okay.
He better than De'Aaron Fox and Donovan Mitchell.
Aliens come to the world and said, I want to basically the Monstars, and if they win this game of basketball, they take over the world and everything you love. But you have to present to them a basketball team. And the last spot is between Kyrie and Donovan Mitchell. Who are you choosing?
I'm taking Kyrie.
I'm taking Kyrie.
Kyrie better than Donovan Mitchell. But where does he fit though, Andy? That's what I want to know. Is he fit?
No, this is not tough.
Is he fit?
I can't be mad at these motherfuckers who do lists like this because this shit's tough and it's serving its.
This is why I hate doing it, Andy and King. Y'all be trying to make me do it, and that's why I don't like doing
it. Is he after Shea though? Is he better than Shea?
No.
Okay. He's not better than Shea. Is he better than D Booker?
No.
Okay. All right. So we can be realists here. Okay, just making sure that.
Mm-hmm.
So, is he fifth?
I would take Kyrie over Jamal Murray. I would hesitate to take Kyrie over Ant. That could just be my Maverick bias.
So
he's not better than Ja.
So he's not better than Ja. So you had 7 now. Okay.
And he's teetering to me with the Trae Young spot, which if we're putting Trae Young at like
Kyrie better than Trae Young. That's crazy to say, right? After all I just said. Wow, bro. Like that's difficult. So is Kyrie really not better than Ja Morant?
You said it, bro. I'm not saying that.
Is Kyrie really not better than hold on. I might really think of this. Kyrie might be better than Ja Morant.
Skill-wise.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask you a real question right now.
No. You stay in there by yourself, bro. Don't throw us in there with you.
If the Memphis Grizzlies lost Ja Morant like they did and put Kyrie Irving in the spot, they still not champion contenders?
Are they at least closer this year than they are if they had Ja?
True, last year. I'm talking even last year. Remember how they played last year? That was last year with 20-5 and all that, right?
No, that was
it was the year before. All right, screw that. Let's go the year before then. That year where that happened, you take Ja Morant out and you put Kyrie Irving in there, they still not a championship level team?
I would say,
or not. I would say
in a better position.
Call them a contender.
They will be in a better position only because of play style, because the way Ja throws himself at everything it's going to lead to him eventually getting hurt. Where Kyrie's he has the more polished game, and when it comes to playoff basketball, that polish goes a long way.
Bro, I'm about ready to move Kyrie to 5th.
I think whoever came up with this list, along with every other member of the media, holds Kyrie that low because they have a negative opinion of Kyrie.
Absolutely. I'm about ready to go to 5th though, Annie. Like real talk. I think after Shea, I think I'll take Kyrie over everybody else.
So you would take Kyrie over Anthony Edwards?
I would take him. Okay, so again,
I will have
that next 3-year conversation is based off. I think Ant this year is going to be a beast, right? Like I think Ant this year is better than Paul George, like by far. You feel me? Like So if that happens, Ant this year with Luka Doncic is like 1-2, like running the league type play. Like they're gonna be that good. Up until this point, though, if it hasn't happened yet, and we still going off of last year that's going on right now, I think I'm picking Kyrie over everybody on the list, not named Shea, Devin, Steph, and Luka.
Good.
Would Ant last year have been with that horrible deep? Well, I guess he'd have been better on defense. Would we have won a championship last year with Ant?
Instead of Kyrie?
Yeah.
Are you talking about in 22?
22, right? 22, 23.
Last year
we just missed. No, we missed.
You think we'll be a championship contender?
I don't know if we are with the same squad with the white power and all them still.
Yeah, because Anthony Edwards did show up in the playoffs.
Kyrie would have showed up in the playoffs. We would have got to the playoffs though. Would it have still been the same nonsense? I know Ant's the better defender.
Kyrie struggled against Boston, if you don't remember, when they got swept.
He did, but I put that more on that's KD team. But I say Kyrie cooked Steph. So I wish we would have had Kyrie cooking Steph. We played Golden State Warriors.
That would be nice.
But bruh, Kyrie got to be around that. Okay, so let's say this.
Yeah, I could say Kyrie being at 6 or 7.
5'6". I'm putting Kyrie 5'6". And how about that one? Anthony Edwards and Kyrie 5'6". I'm not going no further than 6 for Kyrie though. I take Kyrie over anybody else.
Mm-hmm. And then
Damian Lillard included.
7 is who?
7 would probably be
Trey.
Ja.
Okay. Ja.
8 is Trey.
Okay. 9.
9.
Donovan.
9 is Jalen Brunson.
Over Mitchell?
I like.
Okay.
I'm picking him, then Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Then De'Aaron Fox.
At 11.
Then Tyrese.
12.
Who am I missing?
James Harden,
James Harden. But I put my own there.
Jamal Murray.
I ain't choose Dame yet?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm taking Dame over De'Aaron Fox. I'm taking Dame. Hold on, let's go back.
All right, so
I'm going Dame go before Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
So Jalen Brunson was what I had. Jalen Brunson 7 or what I had him 8?
8. Yeah. No, 9. Yeah, 9.
Okay, so Jalen Brunson was 9, so that would be Dame. Jalen Brunson would be 10. Okay. Donovan Mitchell would be 11. De'Aaron Fox would be 12. Tyrese would be 13. And then I'm missing Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Jamal Murray 14. James Harden.
I'm gonna put. Is Jamal Murray better than Tyrese Halliburton?
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
I ain't gonna make it difficult. 13 Tyrese. 14 is Jamal Murray. 15 is
James Harden.
And then Bradley Beal shouldn't be on the list.
God bless those Nuggets fans who are running to this video and be like, "You guys are disrespecting the championship, Jamal Murray." It's like, no, I mean, what he did was spectacular.
Yeah.
However, if we have to be objective about the situation, there's still players better than him.
Was Jamal Murray was he definitely better than AD for their championship run?
No.
That's what I'm saying. AD was the number 2. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got to keep it real.
People were saying AD was in the running to be the greatest power forward of all time. Now we ain't say ish about AD anymore.
I think Bradley Beal might knock James Harden off the list next year, though.
This is his year to redeem himself.
I think James Harden done, or James Harden might go play in China for real. I really think James Harden about done. I think he's a rock star. Like James Harden is not really about. It's certain guys that you can just get the feeling aren't really about the game. They just can play the game. They're skilled at the game, and they just like what the game gives them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's James Harden, one of those guys. He got his MVPs, bro. He wanted to make sure he got it. It was MVP.
Y'all ready to get to these questions and comments, man? We already over an hour.
Oh, that's fine. You don't want to talk real quick about the Noah Lyles thing?
Go ahead, man.
No, I know anyone to really touch.
Listen,
on it,
I wanted to talk about it because it was interesting seeing the thought process of some guys and how it plays out. Right, I'm a thinking person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been searching YouTube to see different takes, and there's good points to be made on either side. I don't necessarily disagree with Noah Lyles, especially when I can kind of parse out where he's coming from. He's a track person, so of course, the majority of the time where track is relevant, he has USA on his chest when track is relevant. Right, so that's the kind of the mindset where he's coming from. I think, to try to be succinct with my thoughts, I think there are two ways on how, or there could be more, but there's two ways you can determine a quote unquote world champion or championship of something, right? The way that we all think of is, whatever nations you represent, present your best, and then whatever nation comes on top, you're the world. How the NBA does it now, and people are, NBA national, therefore it's domestic. It's like, you guys got to think about this. Think about this. And I'm not going to go as far, because some people were getting really bombastic with their takes, and they were really talking out the side of their mouths against people who disagreed. Whereas, like, I see both sides, so I'm not going to be disrespectful to somebody on the other side of what I believe, because I can see how you think, and it is a correct way of thinking. But here's also another correct way. What the NBA does is 30 teams construct a team with the talent pool is the world, right? So we deem these players are the best players in the world. And we have a team constructed of those players, right? And so if you're going up against the very best of what the world has to offer, then how can you not say that you're a world champion? Just because we're not representing nations, and we're not like, I get it. Yes, we have Dallas on our jerseys, whatever. Those are brands. The NBA is a brand, right? When you're as established as you are as a brand, you don't change for anything. If the NBA, if this was the 1970s and the world and the game was as global as it was, they would change probably to the World Basketball Association or something like that. But it's the NBA. We all know the NBA as it is right now. And if you do your research, a lot of the time, before, because the NFL came before the NBA, correct? And before teams started using
the NBA was first,
cities,
right?
What was that?
Well, basketball. So NFL came first, yes.
Yeah, and NFL, the league came before.
Yes.
All right. So if you know the history of how cities and states were used as branding, I guess a way to brand the team. Before that, it was corporations, right? So all the, the Dallas Mavericks, the Utah Jazz, Los Angeles, all that is just branding. It's not, yes, we represent the city because this is where the city is from, but at the end of the day, it's just 30 teams with the best players in the world that they had access to, and they try to construct, right? Those are going up against the top other 30 teams that are also have the pool of the best players in the world. So if you win against the best, you're the best in the world. And the way, I'm not going to equate it to soccer, because soccer is built completely different than basketball, right? Everyone's like, the Euro League, or what do you call it, the Premier League is the best, right? But was Messi in the Premier League? But did Messi ever?
Hold on. Yes, Messi was in the Premier League, I thought. He was playing for Barcelona in the Premier League.
Barcelona won the Premier League.
FC Barcelona not Premier?
No. FC Barcelona's not. Mbappe, who's the up and coming guy, he's not in the Premier League. He plays for the Paris team. That's not Premier. I could be wrong. I'm not like a huge follower of soccer, but when I played FIFA, I had to go outside the Premier League to find where Mbappe played and where Messi was playing. I could be wrong, but
I don't know. I thought Messi was, but I may be wrong.
So
I have no idea.
Okay, so hopefully someone in the chat correct me if I'm wrong, right? So if soccer was, or football, to be respectful to the overseas people, if they were set up like the NBA, where the top 500 soccer football players played in one league and they won, then yeah, I would not have a problem with them saying that they're world champions of club soccer, right? Then they can do another World Cup and they can have World Cup champions. Like, no one would argue that, right? But you guys, yes, you might be the best league, but it's not comprised of exclusively the best players. Imagine the NBA and Kobe Bryant was off in some other league playing. Like, it's not necessarily the same. So the way I equate it is, imagine if the guy who's running was running up against the 8th fastest people in the world. Nations be damned, right? You're just running for Brand Lyles, and he won and he beat everybody. You can call yourself a world champion. You don't need to be representing the USA to be considered yourself a champion, right? But also, if you're working on playing or running with Team USA, and I tried to look up if in a track event, if you're in the 100 meters, if you're limited to how many runners can represent a country. I tried to look that up. I couldn't find really anything. So I'm going to assume there is, and I could be wrong. So I'm going to throw that in there. But if if it's Team USA, you can only have like 2 or 3 runners versus how many other countries that can only have 2 or 3 more runners. You can also be the world champ there too. I am not gonna get on my soapbox and say otherwise. But if you're going up against top 8 countries be damned, and you won, I'm also say you're a world champion. I can see it both ways. That's all I'm saying.
I agree basically with everything you're saying, Annie. I think it's foolish. I think it's basically light skin, dark skin. People arguing with each other. Like it's just a way to start something. Like I felt like I understand what he's saying, but he didn't have to, he don't have to say it. Like, why did you say this? Like, it's starting the issue. No, we're not world champions as far as
going up against other countries,
but it's basically because they feel like they're the best of the best. Let me put it like this: you put the top 5, you take 5 best NBA players and put them up against any league, they're demolishing them. I don't think anybody disagree with that. Anybody, like anywhere. So if that means they're the best of the best, like I don't know why there's an issue with it. No, I even feel like at this point, like you can bring it to the United States and all that. If the best, even U.S. born players played right now in the Olympics, like I don't think the other teams would be very excited for that. Like it's because of what the U.S. has had as far as their previous just domination of world sports. So it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, if we want to change it, it's just tradition. Again, I'm for changing tradition, but at the same time, you don't have to change every tradition for stupid reasons. So no, you're not world champions per se. I mean, that's fine. You can be the best of the best world champions. And then when you win the Olympics, you're the Olympic world champion. Like it can be different world champions. They're the NBA. It's a global market. They have not only teams in the United States, but teams in Canada, which is not only nationals, international.
And that's literally, if you go by the very definition, all you need is 2 or more countries to be considered.
Yep. Players, you got players from all over the world. 1/3 of the league is international. The best players from all over the world come to the NBA and want to come to the NBA. So, like, if that's your best representation joining this league and wanting to be in this league, then we're probably the best of the best. But it does sound a little cocky when you put it a certain way as far as like brash when you say we're world champions when we haven't played anybody in the world, just in case we haven't taken on any competitors, I feel like. But like we're not at that level yet. I don't think like I don't think anybody believes
no other league is nowhere close to it.
Like we it's other leagues where the G League can compete with other leagues. You feel me? Like I don't think they're at a level, any league, where they can touch the NBA as far as being at that level. So I don't know. It's just foolish. It's a
very semantic argument, but I actually do love semantic arguments because it helps you parse out, language. It helps you try to get your thoughts together, try to, stay in line. It just helps you think. And a lot of people just have one way of thinking. And if we present to them a different point, then they're just like, what? I see people in the chat that are like, nah, you can't be a world champion if you're not representing the country. It's like, no, you very much can. Like, what? If you're going up against the world, if you're going up against the best of the best that the world has to offer, then you're a world champion.
Is this? And I think it's also because of the way
your way is right too.
The way the world is now with basketball, the way other teams are starting to catch victories and all now. So I feel like other places are wanting to say we're world champions. It's more of a pride thing. It's more of that pride thing again to them as far as like Olympic championships and things like that. Where we're sitting here still thinking like, well, you guys do agree we put out our B team, right? Or our C team. You do agree there, right? So if you agree to that and we're still kind of the favorites and one of the favorites to win, that would mean if our A team was out there, like you feel so it's a good conversation. It's something he'll be remembered for. It's like you don't have to say something just because others won't follow it. Like if you believe it's real. So it's a good point, but it's like, why, bro? Like, why did he say it? I just feel like, you feel me? Like, what made you say the NBA players aren't world champions? Like, you started a whole conversation for no reason. That's how I'm feeling. Like, it's not a point. Like, he can have that opinion, but why you on that stage?
And a lot of people have that opinion, and I'm not gonna bag them for that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I too also thought about that, and I was like, why would they call themselves like the football? They will say they're world champions. I'm like, well, duh, because like only like 3 or 4 other countries play football. Like, you know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, it's fine. Go ahead, call yourself world champion. I'm not gonna die on that hill. But I can see both ways. You know what I mean? You guys had a super chat, and I don't know what currency that was donated to y'all.
We ain't even got to the comments yet. We only got.
Oh, my bad. But it's to this very topic. But Messi, the team that he played for was FC Barcelona. That's in the La Liga, which is not Premier League.
Not Premier League.
Yeah, has never played played in the Premier League. So imagine, and everyone says Messi's the GOAT, right? So imagine the NBA without a LeBron James, without a Michael Jordan, without
the MLS isn't the best because Messi plays in it now.
It's not. I'm not saying it is, but
no, I'm not. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying
people are saying they're trying to equate the NBA to the Premier League, and I get that the Premier League is the best league in soccer. I guess that's what you and people who watch soccer say, but you guys don't. There's still other leagues that have like the tippiest of the top players are playing for other leagues as well. Like you can't tell me if the aliens came, we're going to use that example again. If the aliens came, you want to construct the best soccer team, you're not choosing at his peak Messi, or right now you're not choosing Mbappe, who's the up and comer, that dude that Saudi Arabia was about to throw $1 billion for just 1 year of his services. So the way basketball set up, if you have a Luka Doncic who's doing stuff that has never been done before in the Euro League, and being an 18-year-old leading his team to a championship, wild. Guess where he went the year after? He went to the NBA. And it's tearing that motherfucker up too.
Do y'all even call the NBA champion the world champion though?
I think it's just a branding thing. It's not.
I've never
wrong.
even said that. I always just call them NBA champs.
Yeah, I think some color commentators might throw in world champions just so they won't have to keep on saying NBA champions. But I mean
I'm not.
The
I'm
NBA represents. It's a global now more than ever. It's a global brand, man. It's a global.
It represents the world, but it isn't the world.
What you mean it's not? But how is it not though?
It's not the world because it's not the world. It's
How?
majority. It's still majority like American.
That's because America is still the best. Still produces.
I got you. So, but you have to. I got you. It's what you said about the other point. You just said about the it has to be the world. Like you have to compete against the world. What I'm saying is the NBA isn't the world competing against. If you had a world team in the NBA and then had them going against it, then I think people would think, okay, it's the world champion. But there are guys in the NBA that shouldn't play against the world, i.e. Dwight Powell.
There's two ways. The two ways I said is play against the world, like how we usually think, and then beating the best the world has to offer. Does that make sense?
That would make you. That's so we do that, right? At the
that's the NBA. The NBA is I'm gonna take the best talent supposedly that the world has to offer in this league and put them in this league. They duke it out, and the winner of that league we can call world champions. And you're not gonna get pushback from me.
No, I'll be fine.
If I'm not gonna go to FIBA and be like, whoever wins FIBA, like y'all go up against the Nuggets, and if y'all win, then y'all can be world champions. No, they're also world champions too.
I think what the world wants, and I don't know if I'm right. The Glue y'all can talk to me more about it. Is that would make the U.S. care more about the events? If you're called the world champion that way, you feel me? Like you have to. You're not called the world champion unless you beat the world. So if the U.S. is losing to the world, then they're not world champions. I think the world feels like. So if it's a possibility that can happen, say 1 year Argentina wins or something like that, are they the world champions?
Say one year.
If Argentina wins
because they're led by Luka.
Are they the world champions?
Hell yeah.
It's Slovenia, so they're the world champions like that. But are they like
my argument is two can be true. Two things can be true. That's my argument.
So they will be the world champions, obviously, because they won.
Because you won, you took what your country's representation, and you went up against other countries who brought their best, and you beat the world.
So doesn't that mean? I mean, that means they're the best, then, right?
Huh? Yeah.
That would mean Slovenia is the best.
They
would be world champions.
Yeah.
So
I would not push back. I will be cheering. Hell yeah.
What I'm saying, I think they would feel like because the NBA did that, even if the NBA would yell back and say, well, we could have had a better team out there, they would say, well, that's the team you chose to put out there. So the NBA is no longer the world champions no more.
Yeah. What? Wait, if the team Slovenia came to the NBA?
Slovenia, no, that's not, no. So if Slovenia won the championship now, right? Like this FIBA championship. It's like it's Olympic or a FIBA championship, something like that, where they're like the champion.
Yeah.
If they felt like they were the champion in the world, they would probably feel like the NBA is not the representation of the champion because the best players are technically from Slovenia if they beat the NBA players. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like even though we all know that the NBA and the representation in the NBA is the best players, because you put out those players to represent you and you took that L, then you chose to have that other country be the world champion. You understand what I'm saying? Like they get the title. Like you can say, I can be Lennox Lewis and lose to Hakeem Rockman and be like, oh, I know Lennox Lewis is better than him. But right now, Hakeem Rockman is the world champion.
It still doesn't change the fact that the NBA, the product that we know as the NBA, it still has the best of Slovenia, the best of Lithuania, the best of whatever country, Brazil, best of America, and then they all come to one. It's like Dragon Ball Z, baby.
Slovenia only got one.
The best 8
Slovenia only got one, ain't he? They only got one guy,
That's
and
what I'm saying.
they would have beat the representation of everybody. You feel what I'm saying? Like
hypothetically speaking.
yeah.
But at the same time, okay, then if more players in Team Slovenia, if they ended up going to the NBA instead of the two that they have right now, which is Luka and Konkar or whatever, right? It's still the best players are still in the NBA.
But isn't that so? Isn't that a certain way of thinking, though? I'm saying, like, who's to say that is that the U.S. put the representation out there in Slovenia won? I understand, like, me and you, we can look at our eyes, and the eye test says the U.S. is better. We know, or the representation in the NBA is better.
I'm not even arguing. I'm not even arguing against you. I'm saying both ways.
I'm just saying, like, I'm saying the world would think that way, though. That's what they're thinking on the other side. Like, if you put out your cards, if you want to go out and not train and fight, then that's your fault. So take it serious and beat us and be the world champions is what they're saying. So that you're just everything is the world champion. I think that's the way they feel. Like we don't take it seriously, so that they're fighting to be world champions. So they're like, you can't then say you guys are the world champions when we fought to be the world champion. We're automatically saying it's like a bully way, kind of in a way, just saying, well, our product is better. It's like, well, how do you know your product is better if you don't put the best product out there?
But so you're talking about in FIBA play though.
So some people in FIBA might some people over there think they watch European ball and think it's better than the NBA.
Well, they'll be wrong.
That's a but who's to say it is? Do you feel what I'm saying? If now
the players,
not all players, guys like Luka say he don't watch the NBA, he'd rather watch the FIBA and all that.
That's because he has more of an attachment. Just because he watches it doesn't mean,
man. If you thought one was better, I'd be probably
if Luka loved the European whatever way better, if he thinks that's better, why did he leave?
Because he wanted to represent his country to show that he's the best player.
No. I understand that. If he even told to me, because I even believe Luka cares about winning a gold medal with Slovenia more than he wants to win a NBA championship. And honestly, I don't blame him for it. Because that will be a way bigger deal than for him than it is for us, because that's where he's coming from. But at the same time, he won a championship in EuroLeague and he left to the NBA.
Because he believes he can do it too. So I got
thinking
of our rational head.
All the best players.
But thinking on our rational, we come to the NBA to represent and show. So okay. So what if these players think they're so good over there now that they're the Michael Jordans that haven't been seen, that now you're seeing us now, and we're coming over here and changing your league? That maybe before you were biased towards us, before you were biased towards us and you weren't treating us right, and that you thought we couldn't play, and now we come over here and play.
Are they still in the NBA?
They are becoming an NBA now. That's what I'm saying. They're starting to grow the NBA.
So it doesn't change the fact that the NBA as a product still has the best talent that the game has to offer, that the world has to offer.
Yes, but does that mean you're a champion?
Whatever team wins that, regardless if there was a team represented by all European players from one country, like the Dallas Mavericks, we all just went straight European people, and they won. They can still, in my eyes, still say that they're world champions. This is not a pride thing for me.
If Luka says he represents Slovenia, even in the NBA, and if I win, this is Slovenian championship. They're the world champions.
In my eyes, if Luka said, you know what, F this, let's form our own league, where we get the best Europeans, it probably still won't be anywhere close to the Americans, but it will be more arguable, right? Then maybe we'll need to start talking about doing a series.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you consider the NBA championship the US championship? Is it so when the NBA wins, is it a representation of the US?
Not necessarily.
Okay. I'm not arguing with. I'm just saying, like, so I'm making sure, so people may think that US folks think that it's a representation of the U.S.
No. If
Okay.
that, as some people are making that case, and I would say they're wrong.
Okay.
Right? Because like I said before, all this, the Dallas and the Los Angeles and New York, all that is branding. Before the cities, it used to be corporations.
Yep.
It used to be Hershey's Packers or whatever. You know what I mean? It used to be that. So, yes, it is the National Basketball Association, but that too is also just a brand. And it's gotten so far and so popular that it will be detrimental to their bottom line if they were to change it. So they're just sticking with it.
You feel like the world should take it more serious. The world should take the NBA more serious as far as their representation.
I think the world, yeah, because the NBA represents the world.
Understood. I'm with you. I'm
more than ever.
With you.
Now, now more than ever. We were never arguing. We were just trying to figure out.
The gap.
Yeah. Yeah, because I honestly think the NBA represents the world, the best players in the world. And today, August 30th, 2023, the best players in the world are international.
Yes.
One's from Slovenia, one's from the Congo, one's from Serbia.
Serbia is the world champ. Serbia is the world champion. They're a world champion now. No, I'm saying the United States is too. All those people,
the Nuggets,
which is represented all those players. Yes.
Yeah, but it's represented by a Serbian, which is represented by a Canadian. Yeah. The
so
Nuggets,
each one of them are world champions.
Yes. So yeah, everyone. Oh, but that's Denver. Fuck all that. It's just the Nuggets. Just like if I'm a fan of a Premier League team, they win a championship. I'm not saying they represent me because they have an American on there. No, that's the team. I like.
You think the Nuggets beat any team in the world?
I think the Nuggets can beat any team in the world.
Then they're the world champions. Then that's the answer right there.
Nuggets can be any team in the world.
People
saying if you send, it's like no, that's not it. Any team that played in a league this year, as currently constructed, if they went up against the Nuggets in a 7-game series, they will lose.
I agree with you.
They will lose. Why? Because they have the best of the world. They have the best player in the world, who happens to be from Serbia.
I agree.
Yeah. So Luka represents. Yeah, Luka Okay. Anyway, questions and comments. Let's do it. I love that conversation. By the way, some guys they'll get on their shows and they'll just be like Stephen A. called the dude ignorant, and I'm like, I mean, yeah, but
he's not
ignorant in terms of he probably doesn't. He just probably didn't know of another way to think about it. But I'm not going to use the derogatory way of ignorant. You know what I mean? Other dudes were saying, this American arrogance, and if it is that American was wrong, because it's not necessarily an American thing. It's the world. This is a global brand now. The NBA is.
I told you when you said you believe the Nuggets will beat any team, that basically answered the question.
Mm-hmm.
They're the world champions then.
Yeah. Of club basketball. Which is, yeah. Anyway.
Let's try to get to these. We got over 400 questions and comments in here, so we're probably not going to get to every single one of them. We'll try to go to 2 hours, y'all. Get some of y'all's questions and comments in. If you got any questions, any comments, guys, y'all know what to do. Hit us with the WTM in front of your question or your comments, so that way we know you're talking to us and not one of your fellow Glow Yard members. Also, guys, be respectful in the comment section. We're gonna hit you. We take care of the super chats first. Once we do that, guys, then we'll take care of the regular chats. We got a few of them that came in. Let's see, we got one here. Andre. How you pronounce it? Andre.
Yeah.
Okay, Andre with the $50 donation. Appreciate that. Since Messi never played in Premier League, he played in Spanish League. Yeah, Spanish League for Barcelona and French League for PSG, and now in the MLS for Miami. Okay.
Tearing it up.
Yeah, he killing it. David Beckham, who?
And then we got a new member to the channel. Too Much was good, man. Was good.
Hey.
And of course, Melissa with the $10 dono. She's also a Glow Yard member. She says it's all about how one defines championship, which does not have one definition.
Boom. Thank you, Melissa. Let's bring the world together. No one's dumb for having.
Richard, he's a Glow Yard gang member. He said, "Y'all know Luka is looking forward to schooling Josh and Dwight. That's gonna be a good one. That Australia,
It'll be a good one.
Slovenia game." Frank's Glow Yard gang member says Luka mid game underrated. I don't know who underrated anymore. His entire game, I guess.
I think
underrated.
statistically he's one of the best, right?
At like everything,
other
than free throws.
I will wish he gets more of a pull up because his mid range game is like set the guy up, do a turnaround. But if there's, I can't ask for everything. He has to have one struggle. Can't be perfect. But if he had a pull up game, that'd be.
Div said, watch the whole Slovenia game. Reminded me of Mavs team, identical play style. When Luka was dropping 50 pieces and barely winning. Slovenia is not good at all without Luka not qualifying. I mean, they don't look good when Luka off the floor, but that's whenever. Like even before, when Luka's off the floor, it's a different beast. Div says all the big guys they have are injured and are too small. Sucks that Luka still has yet to play with legit big center. Wasn't Georgia supposed to be like a huge team?
I'm not sure.
I thought Georgia was like a huge team. Div also said
bigger than Slovenia though.
Just about. We better get a legit big center who can score and defend and rebound if we are to contend this season.
What you talking about, Div? We got Dwight Powell.
Don't give up on, or don't forget about Dirk Lively, man. I really want to see him in the preseason. Brian says, do you think Luka will get a true center before the season starts? Dirk Lively.
If you mean starting center, I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. I'm still predicting they will make a move after the 5th.
Would you be completely disappointed if Dirk Lively had to start?
Nope.
I'm saying
I'll be more excited for the season.
I think by the end of the year, I think he'll be fine.
As long as it ain't Dwight Powell, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
We're in agreement.
Let's see. Matt says, I keep saying it, but like
I think you read that last.
Which one?
Ron Richard. You didn't read that.
Richard, I'm sorry. Richard says, did read somewhere today that kids' seat is a little hot, so that could be a good thing. Oof. I don't know, everywhere I hear they keep saying Jason Kidd isn't.
And that's from the Mad Media State.
Yeah.
Oh, he had one really good year and one really bad year. So
Matt says, I keep saying it, but like you said, Ralph, the Mavs are going to trade for a big on September 5th. Trust Nico. Let's go.
I sure hope you're right.
We can see.
I hope so, man.
But here's the problem. If they trade for a big, who is so they have to, because they're going to trade with Holmes. Never mind. Not a problem.
Matt says the Cape Verde coach says they have a top 5 center in the world. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense what he's saying. Plus, he said they have one player and we have 12 sharks. Like, really, they think crazy. So if that guy that center destroys Slovenia and they win, not saying they will, is he the top 5 center in the world? Well, he got to join the NBA to become the top 5 center, right?
Got to be considered the best. Yeah.
All right, just making sure. Nancy says, hey, guys. You say unless you Wemby, right? Nancy says, hey, guys, how are you doing tonight? I never thought I would see the day where fan 123 would be rooting for Kyrie. I said the same thing, Nancy.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Who's fan 123?
Early, he is a member in the Glow Yard.
Okay.
Richard says, think Luka going to get 100 on Dwight in Canada. No, I don't think 100, man.
If Dwight's their rim protector, who's stopping Luka from getting to the rim?
I ain't saying he not get a bunch of points. I just don't think he get 100 though. Nah.
What if he does?
Bro, if he gets 100 against Dwight, bro,
I'm driving to the practice center now,
bro. And
if he gets 100 against Dwight is starting.
Matt says, get the big man. I need it. Do something, Nico. I want Clint Capella. Then we top 3 in the West. Each day that goes by, I'm falling more and more off that Clint Capella train.
Well, you're falling. Every day that goes by. Say that again.
I'm falling more and more off the Clint Capella train.
Off?
Yeah, off of it.
As in, you don't want it to happen, or?
I'm not a big Clint Capella fan in general, but I know it could help. But
yeah, it can help.
I just don't. At that, I don't think Derek Lively going to be trash if he gets to play from the beginning. So I say just go ahead and let him run it out. Then if we're going to just play a guy like that, that's not going to really change the dimension of the game, really.
Why not have 2?
I mean, you could have 2, but if I would rather him just start. If we're gonna have, I would just have Lively start, like Kessler and them play. Like I don't know, just let him go out there and have his problems. Like let him grind through his issues and all, and maybe develop a little quicker than like Josh Green and them did.
True.
Nancy says, Rel looks like you're going to have to make a new video. McGee has now left the building, and maybe more to follow. Yeah, forgot about that JaVale McGee.
Oh yeah.
Oh, TGK, by the way, Queen said you should probably, and shout out to TGK in the building. She said you should probably name like your crew that watches shows the G Unit since you Garcia. And that's all Queen. So you owe her money for that one.
That's not a bad idea. That's good branding.
Yep. Harold says, "What's good, fellas? What's up, Harold?" He says Luka is going to bully Green and Exum. What's good, Annie Hardaway Penson? That's your name, Annie. And you, Annie Hardaway Penson.
Why
am I Hardaway Penson?
Because you're a dark skinned guy.
That's your favorite players of all time. You was fighting for Penson on Twitter.
Harold says I wake up early to watch Luka. I usually go through Twitter and listen to you guys or read you guys' tweets or X's, whatever they call them. Frank says, FYI, valuable averaging 1.3 points per game. Yeesh.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Oh, man. Too much.
Too much, man. Jesus.
Wow.
Listen, man. Too much with the
tear to my eye, man.
9999. Don't know, man. With the 100. Appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you. It says Luka, Kyrie. Also, he's now a Glow Yard member. Luka, Kyrie, Lively, Josh Green, Omax, and Hardy are them, period. He said we have some special players on the team, and I can't wait for the season to start. Go Mavs, Glow Yard gang all day. More blessings to y'all and your families. Appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Much. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
G2 says, I now accept Powell as our starting center. Seeing him being the best center in all of Canada, we are honored and grateful for his presence. I feel you. What up, OJ? He says, hopefully Derek Lively and Rashawn Holmes can play 20 minutes each this year. The advanced analytics, that word kills me every time, shows that they'd leave 8 minutes for our starter, Dwight Powell.
God.
Why does Dwight Powell play if it's 8 minutes?
If he can hold on to that title as starting center, by all means, give him 8 minutes. That's what I call compromise.
Only 8 minutes I want from him is 8 minutes in the locker room. I don't want him playing I don't want him on the floor.
Hey, DDP.
Who is this guy here? Who is this guy?
Brandon, how you doing?
He brand new now, man.
The OG of Mav content. We got the Dallas prospect himself, DDP, Derek Kirby in the building.
Yep. Says just dropping in. Salute, guys. Appreciate you, DDP.
Appreciate you, man.
Johnny B, Glow Yard gang member, says Glow Yard. Any, what up? What up, Johnny B?
Johnny
says,
B.
What y'all think about Kyrie being the 12th best PG in the NBA? I already told you.
I don't think he's the 12th best PG in the NBA.
Yeah, no way. No way.
And it's not PGs, Johnny. It's guards in general.
Just guards in general, yeah.
I still don't think he's a 12th guard. I think he better.
Richard also says getting rebound off of his free throw miss and put backs under those circumstances was pretty nice. I remember that. It's like Jordan swapping hands. This guy loves it. I think the White Powell getting rebounds off his free throw miss, putting it back. Oh, no. I'm sorry. You're talking about Luka, right?
Oh, I hope so. Okay. He's talking about no.
I hope so. But with the Knicks game?
Because it was the White Powell. He was swatted it back towards the goal.
Yeah. Johnny B said, would you rather have Keith Morris or Garuba?
You already answered this already.
I'm taking Keith.
Yeah, give me Keith.
I know y'all like Garuba because of the FIBA and all, but again, as Annie definitely said, that doesn't mean that you the best player in the world if you don't prove it over here in the NBA.
Oh, I mean, we're seeing Rondé Hollis Jefferson bring back the soul.
No. His name is Rondé Hollis Jefferson Bryant, bro. Get it right, man.
Y'all disrespecting Kobe. No, y'all disrespecting Kobe. That dude Rallis has no right hand at all.
I'm just saying,
Bro, he has no right hand at all. I watch him play. I'm like, this dude has no right hand at all. Like,
yet he's putting up 30-something points.
You saying because he's not playing for the NBA right now?
I think he's number 2 behind Luka.
I know.
If he was to step foot in the NBA, where do you think it would be?
I'm just saying to you, you saying he dropped it because he's not in the NBA right now. Is that what
I'm not saying he's garbage, but I'm just saying.
Saying
if he was that nice, wouldn't he be in the NBA? Like, you know what I mean?
He don't got no right hand, man. That's the issue. Gina Kim says, "Hey fellas, just checking in. I've been watching the FIBA World Cup lately, and it's so refreshing to see Luka play. I'm tired of people talking down his name."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, me too, Gina. Me too.
I can't wait for the revenge tour.
Me too.
She also says, "I saw Gilbert Arenas on his podcast saying in a one-on-one, Luka wouldn't beat KD, LeBron, or anyone else on USA as if they could guard him one-on-one in the actual game." Yeah.
Well, Gilbert be saying some off the wall stuff, man.
Yeah, I can't listen to him.
Yeah, I don't listen to him. I didn't listen to him when he was actually playing.
I feel like he was just trying to say stuff so he can draw the clips.
Nah, you know what? The crazy thing about it is, I think the stuff he says, he actually believes it. That's the kind of person Gilbert Arenas is.
Well,
he does. Wild stuff.
He does.
There are some people who be like that.
They say some legit stuff though. Some stuff wild, but some stuff be legit.
I mean, I guess. You say some things right.
He don't say everything well. He gets some wild takes. He go on. He be talking some normal stuff. You just listen to his stuff though. Johnny B said that 7-game series versus the Clippers was the best Luka I've seen.
That's like saying Skip Bayless and they'll say normal stuff. They do.
No. Skip Bayless and them, bro. Skip Bayless just they need to make sure Skip Bayless is good, man. But Skip Bayless be over there just saying stuff for no reason.
I like the new setup though. Keeps his ass quiet.
I don't like it, man. That joint is.
Yeah, he can't say shit.
Man.
Yo, we're looking sad, man.
But Johnny B also said he said that was ultra instructor level as far as against the Clippers. Which Clipper series you talk? Game 7 was the second one. I'm sorry, the 7-game series.
Yeah,
that's it, bro.
Kawhi just to match him had to go berserk,
bro. When we went up 2-0 and like Luka was hitting that sideways fade 3 and all, and I was like, oh man, Dirk was like in the building. I was like, this dude is on a different level. Like, I don't know what's going on.
That's one thing I miss about this year was playoff Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Gina Kim says even Joker could beat the American player. They think taking his best attribute, assist, make him weak. They forgot Joker can score without assist and bang pause with anyone. Yeah. So how y'all feel about that? Y'all think Joker and Luka are the 2 best one-on-one players in the league as well?
They won't be entertaining one-on-one players, but they'll be highly efficient one-on-one players. Joker probably backing you down. He can legit score on anybody. He's like, if we were to watch Dirk play one-on-one, you give him the ball first. Who knows? The other player might not get it back if they're doing make it take it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It basically depends on who get the ball and if you miss, right? Mm-hmm. With these superstar players. But
Dirk, every shot on the floor is a layup.
But if you miss, though, then it's like, will you stop somebody on the other side, though?
That person better go
100%. Johnny B says, excuse me, there is not 11 guards in the NBA that are better than Kyrie. It's not even 5. It might be 5, Johnny B. But it's definitely not 11.
Yeah, definitely not 12.
No, Johnny B said Brunson is not better than Halliburton. You the opposite way, Johnny B. Like, you going to keep telling me he's not better than somebody every year. Like, he's not better than him. He's not better than this guy.
Yeah, he did that on the crossbow.
It's definitely Halliburton is nice. Let's not disrespect that man, Tyrese. And I'm not going to disrespect Jalen Brunson at all. But it's close. I
wouldn't be surprised if Halliburton became better than JB in the long run. Like JB was already more of a finished product. No disrespect to him.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. So, but right now I'm picking JB in this moment for the world. We put the world on the line, the fate of the universe or whatever. I'm going with JB right now as my winner over Halliburton. Gina Kim said if we had a USA versus world team, who are your 10 players you're picking for the world team? I got Luka, Kyrie, Shea, Giannis, Joker, Siakam, Embiid. If not, then Cat, OG, Laurie, and Steven Adams. I'm taking Cat over Steven Adams with that team. I can put Siakam in there with Cat. Shoot, I might be able to put Embiid with Cat.
Be a good matchup.
Johnny B says, besides Luka and Kyrie, what Mavs players are y'all most excited to watch and why? You already know. Josh Green. I can say we are.
Grant Williams. No, the two young guys, Omax and Lively.
You say Josh Green. Who you say any?
I would say he will probably get limited playing time, but let me see Luka running with Derrick Jones Jr.
Josh Green. Got you.
Derrick Jones Jr. set the roof off. Derrick Jones Jr. is like a modern day Brandon Wright. Can you imagine Brandon Wright?
Yeah.
With Luka.
Hey.
Yeah. Bro, they could then cut Dwight Powell for real.
Yeah.
There'd be no reason for Dwight Powell
at all.
They basically been trying to find Brandon Wright. That's what Dwight Powell was in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find a replacement for him.
Boy, that dude literally for real. He shot a legit like 70% from the field. I ain't talking about just dunks. Sometimes he was shooting little 15-foot jumpers and everything.
Yeah.
He's just athletic, man. Just stupid.
Bro, he was a freaking. I wanted to ask this. No, I think I have already asked this. If we can take one player from the past, a Maverick from the past, and put him into this, and it can't be like a top.
Not Dirk.
It can't be like a Dirk or Nash or Kidd or Marion or Tyson.
I'd take, a guy I'd love to see play with Luka Doncic, Monte Ellis.
Whew.
I think Monte would play.
You know what my pick was? Josh Howard.
Mm-hmm. Josh Howard
or Michael Finley.
I just love to see what Monte Ellis would do as far as scoring. Like,
Man,
I think Monte would look like Kyrie kind of did with Luka Doncic.
Excuse my language. I fucking miss Monte. He was
wrong time, man. I wish Monte was here a different time.
Yeah.
And Chandler Parsons let us down. Chandler Parsons and Rondo. And we should have had that little run.
Yeah. Man, when Rondo got suspended in the playoffs, man, that's when Monte took over.
Bro, I feel like we had one of the best teams in the league that year. When we had Rondo in them.
They were good. It was just so one-sided. Like, all our best players were all one-sided guys.
Johnny B says Halliburton should be in the top 8 to 10.
Arguable.
Yeah, that's probably what we had him at. So
yeah. Harold says Murray averaged 30 in the playoffs. Donovan Midget. Oh man, not better than JB.
Donovan Midget.
I don't think he's better than JB though, Harold. Like, you got to show me. Gina Kim said we have at least 4 players they can't guard, but I think it'll be a real close game. Either way, they need to stop playing with these European players. I can't wait for Luka to show off next season.
That's what I said.
She also says I'm picking Kyle over Harden, Fox, and Spider any day, and Ja too.
Okay.
Richard says I like JB and Hardy, but going overboard on undersized guards, I just can't do it. Sorry, I ain't going overboard. It's some Kyrie undersized guard. Some dudes just nice undersized. Steph Curry really undersized guard.
Yep.
Just some dudes just nice at it. Richard, like, I ain't getting excited over it. Like, they're not Hardy. Like, Hardy has to prove something. JB is proving something now. JB just put up like 30 in the playoffs again with the New York Knicks. We already know what Kyrie has done, so it's a different beast now. They're legit small guys now. Kind of like Isaiah Thomas was at a point before he got hurt. When you can ball, you can ball. Harold says 1 Luka, 2 Steph, 3 Shea, 4 Devin, 5 Hooker. Hold on, what? That's the same play, ain't it? 6 Kyrie, 7 Damian, 8 Trey, 9 Ja, 10 Murray, 11 JB, 12
who's Hooker?
13 Halliburton, 14 Harden, 15 Fox. I think he's just trying to get both his names in there. I'm like, huh? Ain't it the same player, Devin Hooker?
That's funny.
Frank says the Trey hate got Hawks fans wild, and they are going off on Luka like stray shots, like what we do. We was quiet. I mean, they always want to be attached, man.
That's why I said what I said,
They keep
friend.
attaching themselves though.
They always want to be. You see, Gilbert. The crazy thing is, Gilbert did that whole podcast with Trae Young, trying to instigate, saying, the real ones know and all that. Well, is Steph Curry a real one?
And not only that, Gilbert is the one who was hyping up Luka before that whole podcast even started.
Is Steph Curry a real one though, bro? That's all I want to know.
Well, yeah, but like I said,
okay.
This is why I don't listen to Gilbert Arenas, because you flip flopping depending on whoever's on your show. Because remember, it was like a few months ago, he was over there talking about Luka was the truth. He was that guy. It was breaking down why he was. Now all of a sudden, yeah, Luka ain't this and that. And you right, Trey? Like, bro, come on, bro.
No, he I don't think he was trying to say Trey. He's just making good TV, man. Come on. I think he was just trying to say Trey closer than people try to say, which is not true. But based off his accolades,
he's like 2 levels below Luka.
Bro, who isn't 2 levels below Luka? There's only a few players that aren't 2 levels below Luka. At least.
No, but like I said, like Booker's A level.
Yeah, read that one, King.
I didn't read the one before. The trade. Oh, this one right. I'm sorry. Martin says, "Go for it, Ralph. Protect our guys from slander." Ralph said he had all the bullets in the chamber. 45s. Frank said,
"I've been adding them up."
Frank said, "I saw some Hawks fans team ACC on Twitter gave their account. Okay." On Twitter gave their PG rank, and they had Trey and Luka number 2. I guess Trey 1, Luka number 2, but the kicker was they considered Trey 2A and Luka 2B. Okay, I got you. Both of them number 2. But you see that they always do that. They put Luka up there too because they know they can't knock Luka. They like, well, he's 2.
I don't know what the Hawk fan account that was, but that one just says some wild things, and it's like, I get it, you're a fan, but be real, son.
Exactly.
Like, I can be a fan and be real.
Gina Kim says Luka's defense in the FIBA World Cup looks solid, although there's been some iffy moments. If he keeps working on it and stays locked in, we're going places, and Kai seems ready to prove we're getting that chip. Yeah, I see you, Ruthless. It ain't like it's too far apart, man. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, Dame ain't getting no better, I don't think. And I don't think if Dame goes to Miami, he's the number 1.
No, he's not.
No, I think Jimmy Butler's better than Dame at this point in his career. This is my opinion. Y'all be disrespecting. People disrespect Jimmy Butler. Like, I don't know what Jimmy Butler got to do to get the recognition he deserves. Like, I'm like, Jimmy keeps doing ridiculous things.
The problem with Jimmy is he's like, how like people like to brand themselves playoff whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jimmy is the quintessential example of playoff Jimmy. Because during the regular season, I mean, he's good, but like playoff, talk about a singular player that I'm scared of in the playoffs is Jimmy Butler.
What Jimmy make? What's the highest he made? Second team All NBA?
I'm not sure.
Orange Juice says my top 5 guards: Luka, Kyrie, Steph, John Morant, and Damian Lillard. Johnny B says Austin Reeves has a mural in LA already. He should be on the list too, man. Bro, it's Alex Caruso all over again, man.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
It's Caruso all over again.
LA, bro. That's why they were running to LA
because you get that
to get this kind of
get that love, man. It's Caruso all over again. And the thing is that they're good players. They're awesome role players. Come on, bro. Like stop playing with this. This dude is Austin Reeves
he goes off to Chicago and no one thinks about him ever again.
And then everybody else said nobody else offered him that contract other than LA. Gina Kim said, "What's the hype on Shea? No hate. I've only seen him play in a play-in tournament against the Lakers and now twice with Canada. He's amazing, but I feel like Twitter overrates him sometimes."
Nah.
That team missed their number 1 pick last year. They made it to basically the play-in. Like I said, this isn't his first time though, Gina Kim. You only think about him as far as the losing times. He's been with the Clippers in the playoffs. That year they played against Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant said, you know who I am, and got that game on him. And he played with the OKC Thunder when they should have beat the Houston Rockets that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was talking to your boy Devin Booker, by the way.
Think that year too, but then Chris Paul. Chris Paul and Shea led them to I think the 6th seed.
I think it was the 4th seed.
Yeah, I think it
was 4. I think 4 or 5. I think they were the 4th seed, and Houston was the 5th seed. I think they got the 4th seed. Go ahead, Ron. What you saying about Devin Booker?
Oh no. I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, no, you're right.
I think they were 4th seed though that year. Annie. Frank said Trey is overhated, but slightly underrated and overrated by Hawks fans. Yeah, it's like Trey weird, man. It's so difficult to rate him because it's like I told you, his high when he's on, he looked like one of the best dudes. Like he's a cooker, but then when he's off, it's like, Trey, where are you? Gina Kim said I saw a video saying what would happen if we added the 4-point line. And the best player, it was the 5th seed.
5th seed.
Okay, and the best player. So Houston was the 4th seed that year.
Yeah,
Houston was
And the best player to shoot 4-pointers would be Steph or Dame. Trey would be the best 4-point shooter. Not surprising. Yeah. You think they should add that in a 4-point line?
Actually,
she's talking.
I don't know if Trey would have been the.
No, she's talking about the latest video from Jimmy High Roller.
Yeah, I'm asking, would you do it? I seen the video. I'm asking, would you put a 4-point line?
No,
bro.
That seems too gimmicky.
4-point line?
Nah, keep it 3.
Move the 3-point line back. Would you do that?
So he had some kind of analytical numbers to back that or something?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's based off of the shots they take already. Mm-hmm. So if you just added a line already somewhere and you seen where they shoot,
I'm about to say, guys don't make Steph is way more efficient from 3-point in general.
Yeah, but he was saying
Trey takes dumb shots, like long.
Yeah, no, I know he does. Trey, I mean,
but
he said Steph does too, but he makes them efficiently though.
Yeah, I don't feel like Steph takes as many of them anymore as much now. Like as far as them dumb, just half-court shots, like.
No. I'm not saying he does it like now. I'm just saying in general, like when Steph has done it. There was matter of fact, there was a stat a couple years ago that when Steph did shoot outside of 35 feet, he was the most efficient shooter in the league.
He almost shot 40%.
Yeah, exactly. Almost shot 40% from 35 out, not 35 in, 35 out.
35 out.
Like Trae Young's not even shooting 30% on threes in general. I'm sorry, he's shooting 30%. I'm sorry, he's not shooting
40%. Nowhere near.
Nah, he's not shooting nowhere near 40%. There you go. My bad.
I don't think he even 35. I don't think.
I don't think he's 35. I think it's like 33 or 34.
Yeah. Johnny B. But I think they're his best shots. You know, that's wild. They the shots that he usually make the most are them far ones. I think the closer ones are the ones he
talking about Steph or Trey.
Trey.
Yeah. I mean, if you watch the video.
Yeah, I think Trey, his closer ones are actually the more inconsistent one. The further ones he shoot be the ones.
Because when I used to watch them, and they be sitting there talking about they want him to be closer to the line. They be trying to shoot too many long threes. I don't know.
I mean, if they open, maybe he just needs to be open.
Johnny B says Kyrie is better than Ant right now. Like I said, I would go with you, Johnny B, but other guys would say no. So if what's his name? If Ant takes another year to develop into that guy, we're gonna still say it again next year. That's all I'm saying, right?
Especially if Kyrie come out here and get you like 27.
Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be that guy last year, really, right?
What for Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm saying Ant was supposed to take that step next year. They thought last year he was going to be that dude.
I mean, he did in the playoffs. He started to show up in the playoffs.
He did in the playoffs, but
he was the only one.
Year though, the regular season, he was a replacement, right, for the All-Star game.
Was he a replacement or was he straight up?
Was he straight up or was he a replacement last year?
One or two.
I don't know. Gina Kim said, I'm going to be petty and take Kyrie over Booker, not just because of our beef, but Kyrie really is better. His handle, IQ, finishing, elimination, game stats. The man can't be guarded. I mean, Kyrie can play against double teams better than Devin Booker, huh?
Some people don't like double teams.
Some players are number one on the list and get the most double teams in the NBA. Melissa says Kyrie better than Ja, and I like Ja. Yeah, I think Kyrie better than Ja.
Yeah, I think just the media just doesn't like Kyrie. That's why they rank him so low.
I think Ja a little overrated.
Likable guy. If he's a likable guy, Kyrie will be much, much higher on that list. That's the only thing that's holding it back, honestly.
I think Ja Morant's a little bit overrated. Like a lot of these players, like a little bit overrated.
Not anymore. He was originally, but since that gun stuff, people were just kind of like.
Yes, that's true.
Rating him back down.
Yeah.
Put him back at his normal position.
Yeah,
Like,
they're like, he's not good. It's like, y'all realize like he's still the same player. He just had those like gun incidences. That's it.
yeah, it's like, oh no, that's a totally different thing. Melissa says Ja is injury prone. Kyrie is more reliable.
Right, I've been to say, Kyrie's had his moments too. He had his moments.
I don't know about that one, Melissa.
Hey, that's the reason why he has those stipulations in his contract.
Yeah.
Playing a certain amount of games.
Hopefully something doesn't happen that sets Kyrie off to
Div says Rel is real. Jalen Brunson is being picked on in the world championships, and that's why he isn't as value in this version of basketball. Luka can use physicality more in Euro B-ball.
That's true.
I'm not comparing Luka to Div. I'm not comparing Luka to Jalen Brunson. I don't ever want y'all to think that.
Sorry, I'm reading the comments.
No, I wasn't trying to compare him, but I'm just saying, I was talking about that pretty much the basis of the other two channels that were trying to do that. It's like, come on, man, stop it, man. It's not even a competition.
I know Ruthless ain't here talking about Kyrie was 50 years ago. I'm like, what has Dame been in the past few years? Melissa says yes. How many times in teams Brunson has to be Mitchell before folks recognize he's better? I already think he's better. I'm done with that Mitchell train. Like Mitchell more towards his finished product too. Don't forget.
You know what? Upon further thought, Donovan Mitchell's a little overrated too.
That's what I'm saying.
How do you have Garland? How do you have that whole Cavs team? And you can't even get past the first round.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy. It's like, man, if Luka could have some of these rosters that these motherfuckers can't do shit with, like give us the Toronto Raptors. We win the chip. Give us the
Cavaliers. Yep, winning the chip.
We win the chip
with ease.
Anyway,
let's see. Being here a lot of time talking to themselves. All right, let's see. Harold said Messi, Barcelona from Spain, Spanish league called La Liga. That's Premier League is in England. I got you. Okay, but hold on.
Harold.
The Premier League is the English league is considered the best league in the
Premier League is in England.
They're considered the best,
and it's
over the English league. I didn't think that.
Is there an English league? I don't know. I just know.
I'm saying in England. I'm saying the Premier League is the English league. They're in England.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by
it's considered by most fans
the best one,
the best soccer league, or football league. Sorry,
football.
Football.
Melissa says also we've won the most Olympic gold medals in basketball without NBA players. We're not just winners for 1 year, but dominate Olympics. Yeah, Melissa. That's what I'm saying. It's the NBA the NBA doesn't take it serious.
To be honest, I don't even watch Olympic basketball.
It's because you already expect out if they really played, you feel like the US will win every time. It wouldn't be interesting.
Yeah. And when I do, I actually my rooting interest isn't with the United States. It's with Nigeria. But
bruh, if LeBron, Tatum, Ja, Steph, and all of them was on a team against that Slovenian team, I would go with the U.S. team all day. I'm sorry. All the Slovenia feels like I'm sorry. I don't think
my rooting interest will fall with Slovenia, but I greatly expect the NBA team
to win.
If Luka beat all them though,
that would be stupid.
I would keep quiet on Twitter. I'll be annoying you, so y'all have to block me.
Gina Kim said, I don't think we're world champions, but I don't really see anyone from the NBA saying they are. But the NFL called themselves world champions recently. I understand this point. I agree to an extent. That's what I'm saying. I never called the NBA like the world champions. I just call them NBA champs.
I never really said that I call them world champions, but I'm not gonna push back if an NBA team that won the championship said world champions. I think on some of their memorabilia it says world champs. All right, cool. I mean, the best basketball team in the world.
Let's see. See y'all talking to each other a lot here. That's what's up. Okay. Gina Kim says Brandon Jennings had said if NBA players were offered the same amount of money overseas, they would leave to go play over there. That's part of the league being what it is. Like
they tried to do that, remember? They had like Josh Childress and all them go over there.
Josh Childress, man. Josh Childress. He went to China, didn't he? Was it China he went to?
I think it was China, yeah.
I think it was China he went
China
to.
was trying to recruit a lot of them players. Maybe they tried to get LeBron. Remember when he played for the Heat?
Josh
they tried to get LeBron over there. LeBron was like, no, I'm good.
Josh with the fro. Andre said, if winners of MLS call themselves world champions, something wrong with America. That's what I'm like.
No,
you can't call
because the MLS is not even close to the best.
Not at all. No.
Yeah.
Too much says the world wants to be in the NBA, but only the best of the best make it to the NBA. Let me put it like this: every game in the NBA is an Olympic or FIBA final or championship. That's it. That's a good way to put it. In a way, kind of like every team. I don't think every team would beat every like FIBA team or whatever like that, but I do think the champions usually every year would win the whole tournament if they could put together. So, like, even the year the Golden State Warriors won a championship, I think the Golden State Warriors would have won the FIBA tournament.
Yes.
Gina Kim says, to me, just because we have international players, that doesn't make us world champions. Look at Joker. He's not representing his country in the NBA when he wins it for Denver, not Serbia. That's what we're saying, Gina. It's not really a world championship for us. Like, so the U.S. isn't getting the world championship. It's the Denver Nuggets that are getting that organization that is world champions.
I don't even say Denver. It's the Nuggets.
That's what I mean to you, not Denver. The organization, the Nuggets. Yes.
Nuggets and all their fans. Yeah. A lot of people just view it within that frame of mind, and so.
Whatever, Ray. Go ahead, Andy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying a lot of people just view it within their frame of mind, and so I just how my brain works when I heard something like that. Instead of reacting to it, suddenly I was just like, all right, let's think about this. And this is the conclusion I came to.
When you hear people say stuff, you just try to figure out why they said it.
Yeah.
Instead of going against
exactly.
Right away. You feel me?
And be honest with you, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even care.
Yeah.
I saw people online. Oh my God, you already said. Okay. I don't even know what this guy is. Like, what? That's the point.
Ray, you going?
He was a little mean when he said it, though.
Ray
like,
said,
"It stings up." What?
Ray said,
"Yeah, I heard it." I was like, "Man, okay, whatever."
I'm not gonna read all this, Ray, but he says Ruthless is in a three-way with the Sixers and the Suns. Now that the Sixers aren't getting it there anymore, he is riding the Suns. Pause. All right. Ruthless keep changing teams. I mean, he an MB guy. Sometimes he MB, sometimes he Booker. I mean, it's just like I think he has maybe an Eastern team and a Western team. Maybe. Martin says, as an American who has lived the past 12 years outside of the U.S., living/working in the Middle East and now Southeast Asia. Yep, people from overseas, the world do consider NBA players as the best, as they should.
I mean, they are. I mean, we see you go on social media, you be seeing people in Africa shooting baskets on like the most makeshift baskets. Like, look at this guy. His dream is to be in the NBA. It's like, man, doesn't have drinking water, like working water, and he's trying to make it to the NBA. Like that's where if you want to consider yourself the best, that's where you set your sights on. So
the NBA doesn't represent the US to me. Like it's not like it's in the US, but it's not like, oh my God, when it's won, the US won a championship. Like I feel like, you feel me? I never felt that way.
I don't think even the NBA wants to be considered.
Yeah.
To be like a US product. They want to be a more global product. That's why the freaking Mavericks are traveling to all these places to try to get more fans. They do basketball for borders. They do so many things, or they have so much outreach going around the world because they don't want to be just a domestic brand. They want to be a global brand. They want to attract the best. Because when you have our outreach like that, what happens is you make fans. Those fans get inspired. Just like this is what the effect of the 92 Dream Team did. They inspired players around the world. Now we're seeing the fruits of that. Now we're seeing, Luka come in and tear up the league. We're seeing Slovenia. I'm not Slovenia. We're seeing what's the hell is his name? Jokic come in and tear up the league. Dirk was literally directly inspired by Charles Barkley playing on the Dream Team. That's why he's doing the way he is. He even wanted to be 14, but some dude was wearing 14, so he switched the numbers. That's how he got to 41. But that's how the NBA wants to operate. They want to make themselves a global brand. So yes, it's in the United States, and yes, our teams have city names on it. But besides just branding, we're not in the national anthem. I have my thoughts about that. Even though I love America. I'm not one of these people that I'm not like the dude who said I love America at times. Like, I love America, but a global brand, you shouldn't be singing the national anthem. You literally have Europeans on your team. But anyway,
that's a different conversation.
That's a way different conversation. Anyway, but it's attracting the best players in the league. So it so happens to be in America.
Gina Kim says Philly lost against Barcelona. Moscow beat the Clippers. It's possible for an international to beat NBA teams, but we won't know until we actually have a competition for the world championship title.
Philly has never won. Well, Philly hasn't won a title since I've been born.
I still think them teams beat them other teams. That's preseason game of one.
Yeah,
so, that's a one-off where something happened. If you put Philly against Barcelona in a 7-game series, Philly beats Barcelona. Yeah. Moscow, Clippers, same thing. Like even what was the 36ers that beat the Suns that year, something like that. Like the 36ers is not better than the Suns, but they lost to the 36ers or whatever. Like, come on, man. But they lost. They lost to the 36ers though, man. Like, wow, they really do have that on their resume, right? That's on their banner.
Get one more in, man. We're gonna call it a night.
All right, that's fine. Gina Kim, let me run this phrase. You got one more. Everyone has their opinion on the World Championship talk. At the end of the day, I don't think it's anything for everyone to get so upset about. People were heated. Yeah, I don't know why they were heated. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
It was a good discussion point to me. It wasn't anything that warranted any animosity towards someone else at all. Just like, we had our discussion, we parsed out our feelings, and we just went back and forth. But there are literally some people who, they put up videos on YouTube, and they're just like,
because
the audacity of some of these Americans, or how can he come up with such a terrible take? This Noah Lyles guy, he's trash or whatever. He's not a real champ. Like, I'm like, I think it's an interesting conversation, but I'm not going to have any ill will towards people.
I'm not going to read that one. Though. I'm trying to find somebody that didn't have a message. See if there's anybody left I can get in there before I get off. Looks like that might be it's bro. Yeah. Everybody else is just here goes Al. What up, Al? She says Messi's new team, Inter Miami, is partially owned by Beckham. I know. But that's it though, man. We got a whole bunch of that's too much and all that in there. Appreciate you too much. And
appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, man. Gonna probably go ahead and end it there, guys. We got over 2 hours, almost 2.5.
It was a fun show. I love it.
I gotta be up here in about 3 hours.
Damn.
But listen, man. We definitely appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. We definitely appreciate the interaction. Man, I apologize, man. My nose over here tripping. My sinuses are kicking my butt. Listen, man. We will not have a show on Saturday, guys. I'm going out of town. I'm about to leave here, like I said, about 3 more hours. King will be doing a show Friday for the Glow Yard members, guys. So there will be a show on Friday morning. So y'all can tune in for that for the Glow Yard members. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, into Mav content, of course, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and join the Glow Yard gang, man. Come and join us and talk Dallas Mavericks the way we just did it here tonight. We definitely have more on the way. After Friday, we should be back on next Tuesday. So we'll be back next Tuesday evening, same Mav time, of course. Y'all know, same Mav channel. Also, too, guys, hit that like button, guys. That'll help us out a lot, man. I would definitely appreciate it. Doesn't cost you anything. It's very easy. Just one press of a button. Would definitely be appreciated. Also, follow us on our socials, guys. I have all the links down below in the description box. You guys can follow us on all of those. This will also be on podcast form here tonight, guys. I'll have this up tonight before I go to bed. So for the people who listen to us on podcast form, you definitely had it. Let's see what else. Oh, you guys can follow any guys on the Dallas Prospects, guys. He's on the Dallas Prospects YouTube channel, guys. You can follow him also. His name is his YouTube. His Twitter handle is under his name right here on any Educa. Hadouken. You can follow him on there. I'm sorry, on X. Sorry, X. Everybody keep calling it X. But yeah, and you gonna have me say it every time I see your name now, man. But yeah, oh, what else? Yeah, also too. You said what? Oh, what say? Oh, I thought you said so. Let me lose my track. Turn the thought. Okay, that's it. Ken, you got anything, man?
Share, more share, guys. Like, please. Thank you so much, Annie. Thank you so much, too much. Thank you so much, everybody. Coy, the rest of the family, everybody. Richard, you know who you are. Frank, everybody. Nancy, sorry, say everybody's name now. L, Melissa, you know who you be. Div. Thank y'all so much. Well,
Even
because
Ruthless
you guys
Raccoon?
do what we do. You say what?
Even Ruthless Raccoon. Thank you.
Ruthless, Fan, Andra, all y'all, man. Like, real talk. Joe, I see you down there too. We love y'all, man. I'll see y'all Friday for the Glow Yard members. Let's rock and roll in there. We're all gonna be gone. Hopefully, he brings back a souvenir. But everybody else, we'll see y'all Tuesday, man.
All right,
Yes, sir. Any you got anything you want to add before we roll?
Nah, man, you got it all. Let's get you to sleep since you got to be up in 3 hours.
Yeah, man, about to take this NyQuil, man. Hopefully that'll help.
Oh my God, he about to put himself out. You better chill.
Man, listen. But yeah, here's Annie's info, guys. You can follow him here. You guys can follow him on YouTube and on the X. So there you go. All right, man. With all that being said, man, it's your boy Rail, my boy King. We got our guest Annie. This is We Talk Mavs. We talk Dallas Mavs from a fan's perspective. Catch you guys here on next Tuesday. We'll catch you King will see you Friday, Glow Yard members. And with all that said, we out. Go Mavs. Peace.